Man, I got a different setup. I got hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. 3 live now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Gotta put this alert out there everywhere. Who all in this thing? Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, never mind. Y'all can hear me because I can hear me too. I can hear me too. Hold on. Cha cha cha. Hold on. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to my humble abode. Sorry I'm at home to do this podcast show tonight. So, all right, hold on. Let's go ahead and see who here so we can go and get ready to get this thing started. What's going on, baby? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, baby. I can hear you.
Hold on, I can't hear you. Okay, there you go. There you go. I didn't know what was going on for a minute. I couldn't hear nothing. I can't hear that, man. I'm at the house with my new setup. Well, not really my new setup, but just at the house. I had to bring the podcast up home, so I had to do a mic check and all that. I had to do all that stuff. How you feeling, brother? How's it going?
Man, I'm great, man. How you holding on? You in Puerto Rico for real right now?
Oh no, not yet. I'm just preparing. I fly out in the morning. I fly out in the morning at 10 a.m. So I'm already preparing for Puerto Rico race. It's gonna be a good time out there. I can't wait to get there.
You and Track World News is going out there pretty much.
Yeah. Well, he going out there to actually work though. I'm not going to work. I mean, I'm gonna do some race taking, but he going to go work. I'm going to go party. All right. I'm here going because I finally got to the position of where I'm invited to a track meet by people other than athletes. It's actual meet promoters and stuff wanting me to come to track meet. Wow. I made it that level 9. So I got VIP passes and everything, man. Trackside, baby. I'm talking about hard work, baby. Hard work.
That's dope.
Speaking of, let's go on and add my brother to the stream. What's going on, brother?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear y'all. Give me a sec here.
You can't hear us?
What's going on?
I don't know. We can hear you.
We can hear you just fine. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to give these folks a shout out. People that's already in here. All right. Fireheart. What's the deal? Family all here. Rico, what's going on? Dice. Yeah, we're going to talk about that because she did. She did, Dice. She did just that. So we're going to talk about that. We have to talk about that. Motion sickness. Too early. We're coming for that, though. Too early. We're coming for that. Nick Roberts, what's going on? We gonna get into it, y'all. Y'all now back up. Mark B Fitness. What's going on, brother? Oh, we're gonna talk about that too. That I am the athlete. That's why we put that on here. Ain't Troy, what's the deal, baby? What's going on? What is the deal? A sanitation stomp out. That is just a weird, beautiful name to me for some reason. All in the game. What's up? You know what?
Rodney Dinkins is here, so you can start.
Where you at? Because we can start. Rodney, let's go. I'm glad Rodney Dinkins. Now I want to get the show started early today. 2 reasons. 1, shout out to my boy, Track World News. He got to catch a flight first thing in the morning to get to Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? He got real work to do over there, looking like he ready to go do it too. Like he fresh off ESPN, the first sport. He ready. Look at him. He ready to take it to a whole other level.
I'm excited, man. Ready to see Puerto Rico Ray.
I'm trying to tell you, Jaden Slade, what's going on, bro? Long time. Glad to see you back in here, man. What it do? Jada been a true fan. All right, y'all. So I'm finna go and hop right into it. All right, because we ain't even been on a good 30 seconds before everybody already coming at me. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say my piece for last. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and take off. Coach, I'm gonna let you go first. Give me your thoughts and your take on that Nairobi men's 100-meter dash first. And we'll get into the rest, but let's go ahead and tackle it. Let's go ahead and attack the elephant in the room.
All right. 1, for it to be a continental tour, shame on whoever didn't bring the proper equipment to properly run that race. No second gun. I didn't hear a second gun. Did y'all hear a second gun?
No.
Okay. Probably.
No.
Okay. Two, a race of that magnitude, even if Jacobs did pull out, where were the cinches on the back of the blocks? Dude, we tell you what's funny. At the Tom Jones meet for the elite section of the 100, they had sensors. They actually pulled out the sensor blocks for that race. So how do you not have the sensors blocks for that particular race? You know, so now if the IAAF wanted to be, and I call the IAAF, I don't call them more athletics because that's ridiculous. If they wanted to be petty, they can put an asterisk next to that 985. As for the race, I mean, are we surprised that the I'm not even gonna try to butcher his name. What's his name? Fernando. How you pronounce his name?
Fernando Omanyala.
Omanyala.
Okay, Fernando. All right. I'm not surprised that he did that because he ran his PB on that track last year. It wasn't to me. It wasn't anticlimactic, but let's be real. We all kind of shocked because Fred is a little bit more seasoned for the year than he was. So, yeah, and I know the travel, but I don't want to use the travel thing because he got out there too.
Well, it definitely wasn't travel because Fred was there a whole week before, so he was definitely ready to go.
Right, yeah. He was ready.
But I'll let you keep going.
Right, so good. That was a good scout. You know what I'm saying, for Fernando. That was a good scout. You know what I'm saying. He took the silver medalist down. So, but like a lot of y'all say, he got to do it outside of Kenya now. And so we just, I'm not going to get into the technical side of it, but you know what? Screw it. This is race take. That's what we do.
I just want you to get into whatever you want to say. When it might get to my turn, I'm going off.
All right, I'm gonna put the war record thing to bed. Fred has to work on the front side mechanics, or he's never going to run on the 980. He has bad front side mechanics. I didn't realize how bad it was until I actually watched it. Like I watched it multiple times. He has to work on his front side because he's losing more ground than he's gaining. He's just damn gifted. He's gifted, but right now for him to be a dominant player in that 100, if this is his goal, he's gonna have to overhaul his entire lower extremity running mechanics in order for him to be successful and drop under a time where he knows only a handful of people can go, and two of them is retired and one of them is barely holding on. So he'd be the only one in that stratosphere. And I'm okay because me and Track World got some. We got something. We got to settle once for all. He and I been going back and forth on IG.
And
we got.
Is it what I think it is? If it's what I think it is, he hit me up too about it. We gonna get into that today.
No, it's something different. It's something different. It's college stuff. It's college stuff.
Okay. All right. So tell me what you think about that Nairobi men's 100.
All right. So this is what it felt like to me, right? It felt like you know when you're going out to the club, and you get that text from that, there's the prettiest girl in school, the prettiest girl in town's gonna be there. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the club. I'm gonna be there. We can get some drinks. We can hang out. We gonna dance. It's gonna be great. You tell all your boys in the pregame, man. You know who's gonna be there? Sarah. She's gonna be there. Sarah gonna be there. And so everyone's hyping you up because we know Sarah's gonna be there. You know who doesn't show up? Sarah. She at a different club. She's doing something else. And so you still have a good time. You still hanging out with your friends. You're still having a good time, but it's not the night you thought it was gonna be. That's what happened here. We all thought we were going to have the race of all races because this is going to be the first out of three times we're going to see the gold medalists and the silver medalists go at it, and we didn't see it for whatever reason. I'm not in the camp. I don't know what happened with him. I don't know if it really was intestinal stuff. I don't know if it was like I just don't feel like this is the right time to open up in this competition. I don't know, but we got robbed of something. Like the race itself was a standard race for what we thought it was going to, like a race in May, winning at a 985 in this time. It's like that's standard. It was a standard race. It was hyped up to be the race of the century. Partially,
that's what we do. That's what we do.
That's
Yeah.
us. Like
that's our job. That's all three of our job.
I was a part of doing that, and so it stinks that we didn't get that race of what it could have been. But once again, we have to now really like give Ferdinand his due. I mean, man's run fast. Now he has to do it outside of Kenya. I feel you right. Like he's ran really fast in his own country. Worlds is going to be in the United States. He has to come to our turf. Can he do it there? That's what I'm looking forward to. So that's kind of my feel on it.
That travel's gonna be bad, boy. That travel gonna be bad to them. I mean, it's not like they coming to Atlanta or New York. I mean, they got like, dude, that travel to Oregon hurt us, and we're stateside.
Because going,
you know,
bro,
they're going right.
I don't feel like you're running at 3 a.m., man.
Right.
Okay, because I know everybody waiting to attack me. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump on in here. Okay. First of all, of course, when I say this is no disrespect to either one of y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Okay. But I'm gonna speak from the level of being in that exact position to make people understand what can happen. Okay. I hate using this race again, but the night in New York when Bo broke the world record, if you go back and watch the whole thing, we had a false start. Okay. But that was called back after we was, moving or whatever. I caught one of the best starts of my career because in my mind, this is not a play race. We got the top 8 in the world. I got to go. You feel me? Gun go off. I get out. I'm about 20 meters. I hear another gun. I literally said, no. Because I knew what I had hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't bring this race back. I'm gone. What people got to understand is I'm explaining it in 2 different ways. Once that happens, okay, the first thought that comes on your mind is, I have to sit still now. Because at this point, it's either the gunman or something's not normal, so we got a false start. So now the first thing you're going to say is, I have to sit still now because if I jump, I'm gone. I can't risk that. So now what happens is you're a whole lot more reserved because you don't get that luxury of catching the gun. Okay, that's first thing. It's hard as hell to walk back to those blocks and regather yourself and get that same start. Now here's what I'll say with Fred's situation. What Fred did is what I teach my athletes to do all the damn time. Don't stop. Meaning, if you don't hear a second gun multiple times, don't stop. Keep going. Now, if you watch that race, Fred and the guy 2 lanes over was racing. Okay, like neither one of them stopped. If you watch the race, you'll see another guy like another 2 lanes over, still running. So in my peripheral, if I'm in the race, I don't know what the hell just happened, but I must have got out on him because I don't see him, but I still see these 2 people running. So I can't stop. I can't stop because I'm in a race right now. Then if you watched it, by the time Fred noticed, he was looking back, still running like, what the hell going on? Okay, so now what you want me to do as an athlete, you want me to walk back to the blocks and regather myself with no time to regather myself. Literally. When I say literally no time, I just, in my mind, when the gun goes off, I am here to, and we'll just play with the term break the world record. In my mind, when the gun go off, I'm finna blast out like I'm finna go break the world record. Okay? Now what you just told me was that blast that I just did don't count. It's a lot of mental stuff that goes into the aspect that people don't understand as fans. My whole mental is messed up now. Why? Shit, that was my start. Okay, now I gotta try and regather it. Now my heart rate is up. When I mean my rate up, like I just blasted out, I read a whole 40. My heart rate is at 160 something now. And you don't give me no time to, hey, okay, everybody sit still for a minute, calm down. It wasn't a normal false start because a normal false start, you're gonna take 2 steps and come and bring it back. So you ain't burning no energy. You walk all the way back to the blocks, right? Soon as you get to the blocks, they say, on your mark. I just read a whole a 60 with no recovery. That's the first thing, all right? Now, the second thing is the person, and right now, I'm finna go track Illuminati. I don't give a damn what y'all want to hear. The person who is next to me, this is his track. It's his country, okay? So guess what? They want to happen here. They want him to cross this line. Don't pretend now. Let's not sit here and pretend like that shit ain't real. Like, it don't matter. You just said in America, if you come to America, we want to cross the line first in America. It's home turf. If you go race somebody in Italy, they want him to come across the line first. If you go race somebody in what did Blessing do in Nigeria last year? In Nigeria, she went 10-6 and they rolled the wind gauge back. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at it and you put everything in perspective, it's like, no. I'm speaking not just for Fred, but for athletes all the time, because Mike's in that race. Every other athlete's in that race. What I'm sitting here saying is, I'm not going to say that they cheated. That's not what I'm saying. But what I will say is it's straight track and field common damn sense. There's no sensor plugged into the blocks. So if there's no sensor plugged into the blocks, who said there was a false start? Why did you stop the race? That's first. That's first thing. I don't think anybody's paying attention to that part. Like, ain't no sensors in the block. So who determined it was a false start? Okay, all right. So now the next time, and there's photo evidence, but people don't want to accept it. The next time it's evident that he moved and false started, but it went on. Now, in the mind of a real athlete, you know, and I'm not saying Fred said in this. You know, I talked to Fred, but I'm not saying said in this. But in my mind, the mind of a real athlete, I'm sitting here like, we are aware of everything. I don't think people understand that. Like, we're professional athletes for a reason, because we can slow down time. We know where we're at in a race. We know what time to come up. We can talk to ourselves an entire race. So therefore, it's just like being in practice. You know if somebody false started. Every athlete and then coach, you're an athlete. You know if you in practice. You know it when you worked out. You know it with the people you train. If somebody false start, everybody know. Oh no, he jumped. He jumped. Ain't no and buts about it. You know it. So now here I am. I'm coming back to the blocks. I'm a little upset. I'm breathing hard. You bring me back into the blocks. When we get to set, I know for a fact this dude beside me just moved before I did. See, it's like fans think we stupid. We're not. I know for a fact he just moved. And now I'm even more pissed off because I'm still thinking, okay, so now you're going to let him go. And now what am I going to have to try and do? I'm going to have to try and go catch this dude who fresh. He didn't do no 60. And not only that, I got to run down the straightaway knowing he just false started and they pulled mine back. If you look at the race, Fred gave up. He didn't even run. He literally gave up. He literally like, man, fuck this shit. I mean, I ain't say like that, but like, just look at his body language. He didn't even try and run no more. As athletes, sometimes we know what y'all ain't seeing. Like, we literally sit here knowing it, like, bro, this is some bull crap. Like, and when you watch, because I've been there before, when I watched Fred run that race, it was like, this is some bull crap. Now, I will say this right here. Fred would have to be mentally tougher to overcome that. But at the same time, as athletes, we get put in them situations that we wouldn't prepare to be put in. Literally, like, I wasn't prepared to be here and this happens. I wasn't prepared to be here and literally get cheated. I'm not saying Fred got cheated, but I'm just saying, if the damn referee is standing right there and we all were looking at this New Orleans Saints game, we all can say, oh no, he didn't get nowhere close to the route. Ref, you didn't throw the flag. It's the same thing in our sport. Oh no, we can see on instant replay that he moved first, ref. You just cheated him. And I'm just saying like that. That's just my take on it, because I know everybody gonna say, well, you got it. But then I also said, in order for a world record to be broken, it got to be perfect conditions. Meaning everybody got to be in on the game. I say it like that. Whatever track Illuminati. It got to be perfect conditions. Meaning Marcel Jacobs can't pull out now. He can't. Why? Because we're setting this race up. So he can't pull out. Okay? That's first thing. Second thing is, we're not going to bring back the race. Why? Fred got out. Bye. Why? Go get the record. Why don't we call it back? There's no reason for us to do that. You see what I'm saying? Unless, oh no, bro, you can't beat up on Manjala down here on his home turf where he wanted to try me that last year, and we down here in Kenya, we're not gonna let you do that. It's not hard to believe though.
You want to go first, Track News, or
I was gonna say just real quick on the organization of the thing, because you can talk on that probably a little bit better. You know what this race reminded me a lot of? The indoor NCAA 60-meter championship, because the exact same thing happened. If you remember, there was an alleged false start that was from the crowd going crazy at one time. It was a clean thing. The crowd went crazy. Half of the racers still raced the entire race, and they had to do it all
including the winner. And he ran fast. And he ran faster the second time.
There you go. And so, obviously, yes, it's a little different. It's different because it's a pro and college. Like it's pro and college. They're two different things. But it shows like, look, you had a guy. He won the first time. He won the second time. He still got it. And so it reminds me a lot of that. They both ran like 60 meters. And so, yeah, of course, like sometimes things are going to get thrown at you. Like, and you're going to have to react. Like, hey, you want to be the fastest in the world? You're going to have to do things that no one else has done. And sometimes next going to get stacked against you and you won't have to perform. But I'm going to
ask this question one time. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm going to ask this question. It's a trivia question. Yeah. The year that Justin Gatlin went to Doha and broke the world record, do anybody know what place he got at Prefontaine that same year?
No.
No, wait, wasn't Doha was before Prefontaine.
Not that year.
06?
Not that year. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and look at it. Hold on. I might have my years. I might have my years wrong, but because what I'm trying to base it off of is the year that I beat Justin Gatlin at Prefontaine.
That was 06. He got suspended.
He got 8th place. I got 6th. And then he came back and ran 9.7.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to make is sometimes the professional athletes, we will quit. We'll quit.
Okay.
If the game plan was to do something and something threw it off, we'll quit. Just like that day. Just like that day. Like Gat didn't get his start. Sean got out. That was when it was Gat and Sean doing they racing.
I can't let
and he quit.
Okay.
Hold on though. Did we not just say Sha'Carri quit last year at Prefontaine?
Listen.
Like, do we not just say that she shut down because she was so far behind? It's not absurd to think that that's what we do.
So
we won't do that.
So Ferdinand, right? Ferdinand?
Yep.
Ferdinand. The minute that gun went off, Fred was already at a deficit. He was already at a deficit.
That's right, in the race.
He was already at a deficit.
Yeah, he lost from the gun. He lost from the gun.
Ferdinand, who arguably has one of the most horrific looking starts I've ever seen for a 9.8 second sprinter, jumped out on him, and Fred couldn't recover.
He jumped out on everybody though.
Right, okay, but let's
he jumped out on everybody.
But we're gonna focus on the two main guys. That L was gonna come no matter what happened previously or during. That L.
Well, no, you can't say that because they don't bring the first gun back. How's it an L?
Okay, fine. Let's just say let's remove the first one. Okay, let's remove the first one. How do you explain someone that was literally within striking distance? He was within striking distance. And Ferdinand literally just started kind of stepping away from him towards the latter part of the race. A part of the race where Fred Kerley is strong at. One thing about Fred Kerley, and this is why, you got to be, and I know it's a whole other topic, but this is why you got to be legitimately tricky on what leg you run him on the 4x1. Because after 60, his top end is ridiculous. His top end is ridiculous.
So if you know that, now ask yourself this question. You just saw somebody open up with 44, right? He's a 43 runner. You just saw somebody ran 19.8, what, 2-3 weeks ago, right next to somebody and then sustained to go past them. Why can't that same person do it in this race then? I'm telling you, like, it's mental. It's not physical.
Well, okay.
See,
it's mental.
If that's the thing, I don't know which is worse. I don't know which is worse. Is it like
that's another debate, man? That's another debate. That's a whole other debate. Yo, but I'm just saying.
Being mentally out is harder to recover from than being physically out.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. No. If you are mentally out of it, will say if you're mentally out of your actual sport, that's one thing. But you can check out of a competition. You can check out of a race right now. And I like going back and forth to other sports. Basketball in the playoffs, stuff like this. Players check out all the time. Why? It's a 7-game series. It's not here tonight. I'm checking out. You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional athlete. I don't checked out, bro. I don't even care nothing. But I see you when we get home at game 4, you finna get this 50 dropped on you. You see what I'm saying? Certain athletes just getting like basketball again. John Morant. John Morant is that athlete who mentally can't check out. He don't give a damn if they down by 30, 40, 50, he won't check out. You have athletes like the LeBrons that'll check out. I'm like, I'll wait for the next game. From what I saw and being an athlete, I saw an athlete check out because this race they don't mean nothing now. What I came here to do, I can't do. It don't mean nothing because one, what's the prize money? Nothing. Have they paid my appearance fee? Yeah. I'm gonna shut it down. Why? Because I'm pissed. I think everybody missing. I'm gonna shut it down because I'm pissed off now.
I'm not gonna do Fred like that and say that he was having a mental. He was having a mental moment. I won't even do that to him.
I'm not saying a mental moment. I'm just the mental is the best thing I can say because it wasn't physical. Physical means Fred could not have caught him. That's physical. But just like we just said, even you saying, Fred get to open up. He got one of the best ever. So if he one of the best closers, and if you look at it, he pulls off of it 10 meters out. What else is that? If it's not physical, then what part of the game does it have to be?
I think sometimes you just lose.
Right. He just took an L. He just took the L.
We're talking about this man lost by that much.
Yeah, he did.
A lot in track and field, but in the grand scheme, like, so much can happen that can be the reason of you running a 9. He still ran a 9.92. Like, that's still fast.
That's still fast. But I think y'all still missing the fact that this man first started, and I know he did. Like, that does something to you in a race. Trust me, it do.
Okay, but that means his handlers didn't get him ready. And I don't want to say that about Joey and Francique. I'm not gonna say that about them. First of all, Joey's my guy. And one thing I know about Joey always gonna be on point with every aspect of training and preparation. So I'm not gonna use that as an excuse, dude. He flew across the world.
I'm not disagreeing. He took an L now. Just make sure we put that out there. An L is an L. He took an L.
He took the L. We're trying to figure out why and this and the third. Listen, Ferdinand was just better on that day. Now, once they get to Rome and once they get to Doha and once they get to all these other meets, all right, because Prefontaine, somebody's pulling out. Let's be clear. Somebody's going to pull out. Okay.
Prefontaine ain't nobody pulling out. They're going to pull their check down.
Okay. But you know things can happen. He'll have another opportunity. And we'll see what happens. Leave it at that.
Okay. So let me ask y'all this right here then. Let me ask both y'all this.
Okay.
Do y'all feel like y'all don't watch the race? Y'all done seen everything. Honestly. And flyers are okay. Maurice Green had the world record from a flyer. Do y'all feel like in that final and the second time come around, he caught the gun? When it's evident that both his hands is off the ground while everybody else's hands is on the ground, it's photo proof of this that I didn't even put up. A whole other major media source put that out there. And the whole photo of both these dudes' hands off the ground while everybody else is still in the blocks. How do you argue with that? Now, how do you argue with what's if this is CSI Miami? It's like, oh no, you guilty. It's right there. The proof's in the pudding. I mean, If you asking me, okay, I got to determine if it's a false start, right? There's 8 different people who are in one position, and one person is like that shit you did in high school. What don't fit here? What don't fit? If all 7 people are in one position and one person is not, so he was the only one that heard the gun that day, and everybody else is still asleep.
Yeah, the issue is because we don't have the pressure sensors, and like the fact that like how are you going to be this major meet? Like this is like supposed to be this is a big thing. Like we saw these guys dropping world leading times last year. Like you've got some of the top runners in the world coming here and you don't have pressure sensors. Like that's crazy to me. So I think that's the issue. Because like for me, like, so I'm contrary to what a lot of people think. I think as long as you don't jump the gun, you're fine. If you can time the gun,
I'm a fan of timing it.
I'm fine with that. Like, so I know a lot of people don't believe in it. It's like, reaction. I'm like, if your thing is under 0.0 and you go after, if you want to take that bet and you want to guess the gun, if you guess right, that's a skill. You guess wrong, hey, sorry, that's your fault. You're out of the race. But the fact that that's not how our sport is run nowadays. Like, it's not like you can't do it. And so the fact that his hands are up versus other people, that does give you some questions, but we haven't seen
I think what you said is the main question, the main thing that people in track and field and fans alike got to start asking questions, because you just said y'all keep saying the same thing. Why was there no pressure sensors plugged up to the blocks at a major meet? It's almost like we can answer these questions, but we're afraid to answer these questions because we're afraid to say, oh, that's easy, because they wanted to make sure that this happened, that didn't happen. Like none of these things, just think about it. None of this shit happens on accident. You don't have a major track meet when you get to go out the day before the track meet. You get to go out and practice on the track. They've had technical meetings. They've done everything. And now you forget one of the most important things that needs to happen which is we got to be able to make sure that we got the sensors. So, because if somebody starts quicker than this, it won't count. You see what I'm saying? And also when you look at it, like we kept saying, the track meets at altitude. Back in the gap, that would have had an A beside it. Period. It wouldn't have been a legit time. So when you look at everything that's in the pot, you ain't got to believe in the track illuminati for them to not work. Just because you don't believe in track illuminati don't mean they don't work. I like to say it all the time. Just because you don't believe it don't mean it ain't real. This shit does, and will happen. It do. So the minute everything, like, I'm not gonna give out my source, right? But my source, one of them, not this main one, works at Youth Track and Field, works at USPF, and texted me and said, how is it possible that they had their race with no sensor blocks? And then USA Track and Field person sent me the results and said, Ray, look at the result. I mean, look at the reaction part. There's no times in there. So it's like I hear what everybody's saying, but the whole purpose of Ray's Take is to have discussions like this, but I also stand up for the athletes at the same time. And I keep it 100% real. You will get cheated. Don't think you won't. Don't think this shit is just peaches and cream. You will get cheated over and over and over again. You just gotta play the game right. And when I was sitting back looking at that whole track meet, I'm like, bro, stop. I'm finna go Kermit the Frog on y'all. If y'all think that shit wouldn't stay, come on now.
So what happens? So what happens when they link up again, and let's say Ferdinand beats them?
Now, that is the whole reason why Ray's Take has 5,000 subscribers. I appreciate and love y'all, because I kept saying that shit last year. You have to do it more than once. When Trayvon first dropped, when I say, nope, don't count, you gotta do it again. Sha'Carri, nope, don't count, gotta do it again. It's the same thing I'm saying now. Nope, don't count, you gotta do it again.
Hold on, wait a minute. I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that part from a year ago. You mean to tell me that if a dude beats you, it don't count unless he beats you again?
No.
Oh, okay.
The time don't count. The time don't count. No. Once you don't beat me, or once I don't beat you, I got the L, Jack. I might not race you ever again. Just so I can keep and hold on to that W. Like, now I don't want to race no more, which is what Ocean 13 is doing. That's exactly what he's doing. I'm not gonna race you. What I'm gonna race you for? If I lose, it ain't gonna work. It's gonna look bad if I lose. So I don't want to do that right now.
But that comes with the territory, dude. He's gonna get his scalp taken at some point. Somebody's gonna catch him slipping. It doesn't matter who. So if he's sitting there avoiding meets because he's worried about taking the loss, then he's in the wrong. He damn sure is in the wrong sport.
No, he's avoiding. I'm not saying this to be true, but I can understand why it would be though. I would avoid losses the same reason why Floyd Mayweather did. Floyd picked and chose who he wanted to fight and win. Why? I can't let my stock value go down. That's the whole thing.
But he's the Olympic champion. His stock value ain't gonna go down.
How the hell come it ain't? What we always say in track and field, you only as good as your last race. If he competes, his value goes down. Like, that should go down.
Well, I got some.
I can't see that happening to the Olympic.
Oh yeah. Oh champion. Hell yeah. What? Come on, Jack. Come on. That value dropping. Because you know what's gonna drop? It ain't gonna drop because of people like you and you. It's gonna drop because of the fans. The fans are the ones they do it every time. The fans are the ones that bring it down. Because the minute he get beat, social media going crazy.
Okay, but
going crazy.
But that's social media, dude. Shelly-Ann done took L's. It then came to the world championship.
Wait though.
And walked out with medals.
Who did she take those L's to though?
Okay, dude, she's lost to Talu. She's lost to Jet.
Not no championships.
No, I'm not talking about champions.
You mean like in the regular season?
Right, you talking about regular season. So if we're talking regular season, you know what I'm saying? Him losing a regular season meet ain't gonna drop his stock. Now, if he loses the world championships, now you got a point.
Something that so this is actually cool connection. So in the podcast that Gatlin did today, he mentioned the reason why he only raced Usain Bolt in major championships in the finals. Like that you don't see him. I can't remember how many times he might have done it, but very few would you ever see Gatlin versus Bolt outside of a world championship final, because it's like I
got this one
time and a place for stuff like that.
I got this one, Ray. I got this.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me grab my mic, my man. Sorry. Let me tell you why Gatlin didn't race Bolt. Because when you in the meet with Bolt, you ain't getting no money. Zilch, nada. Nothing. It doesn't matter. You gotta remember.
Peanuts.
You gotta what stock did
That's why I was in every one of Bolt's movies. That's if you go watch Bolt's movies, I'm in them. Why? Because
what money was Gatlin gonna really make if he lined up against the soon to be triple Olympic champion? None. There's a reason why. Listen, there's a reason why you never saw Johan, Gay, Gatlin, Asafa, and Bolt all in the same race at a Diamond League meet. You couldn't pay them. So I saw the little and we're gonna get into the podcast because I don't.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that last because that Gat, my boy, you already texting, but he dropped one or two things that was not true.
Right. And let me tell you something. I like the little podcast that he did with the I Am Athlete, but let me tell you something. Gat was on that show capping today. He was capping.
I was like, come on.
Yeah. I can say that because he's been on my other podcast every Wednesday with me and my boys. You know, Track Chat with the most known unknown. Sorry, cheap plug. Got to do that. But he's been on it because he was teammates with Hassan Stamps. Him, Hassan, and Kyle, they volunteers. They VFL. The thing that they do, right? So I know for a fact, dude. I've been in the game long enough. I know for a fact you can't pay all them guys. Okay. You can't pay all them guys. Right. If anybody can speak to this better than I can, it's right. You know what I'm saying? Bolt was walking out with almost $250,000.
No, not almost. Don't disrespect that man money like that.
I didn't want to put out the real number, but you know what I'm saying. he was walking out. He was walking out with the entire check just to step into the building. Just to step into the building. Dude was getting paid just to come to the meet, and if he didn't run, he still got an appearance fee. See, that appearance fee got a lot of loopholes in it. A lot of loopholes. There's a couple of meets that he showed up to that he didn't even run. He still got paid because he filled out the stands. He got the turnstile going. Okay, Gatlin didn't race Bolt because Gatlin knew he wasn't going to make no money.
Look. I'm gonna help everybody out that always watches the show. We appreciate y'all.
And guess now, my guy.
Let me make sure, because I'm gonna talk about that, but I want to make them understand something, because we do got a Puerto Rico meet coming up. The prize money, and this is no disrespect to Paul, nobody. No, Paul, no, I love him to death. Me and Paul working on some stuff. That's me and Paul working together. The prize money, the first place prize. Maybe this will help put it into perspective for people. Elaine Thompson can go there, run 10-6, run 10-5. She's getting paid $3,000 for that. $3,000. She getting paid $3,000 for that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the GAT podcast. There's open at the end, but we'll speed it up. And since we already talking about it, I watched the whole thing. First of all, I am overly proud of GAT because he had an opportunity to speak on the platform and he did not utilize it to talk about himself, which he could have. He did push a lot of the actual stuff that goes on. I appreciate what he said. When I left the sport, the money I had in my pocket was what I was going to have after the sport. That's the most powerful thing that one of the fastest men in history could have ever said to make the world understand how track and field works. That's the first thing. All right. Now, I just got to put this point out there, because this point kind of, I don't blame GAT. I blame GAT for not understanding when he got put on the spot. GAT, you did not run no 28 to 30 miles per hour.
Yo, I just got text from somebody. And I'm like, bro.
I say they put him on the spot. He didn't know the real number, so he threw something out there. I say, bro, Boat didn't run there when he broke the world record. But hey, I ain't gonna stop your shine on the show. They don't know no better, but I was like 28 to 30.
We know what he was doing. We know.
Now, I do want to speak on, and I'll let y'all speak too on it, on the Sha'Carri side of what he was saying. I know all of that to be factual because I'm in Dallas, She did not start running until she got to high school, okay? Which allowed her to have super fresh legs and also super immature. He literally made it make sense. And I don't know if people understood what he was saying. You took somebody who ain't a track, y'all know how I say it. You either a track ninja or a ninja who run track. You took a ninja with speed. She went down one of them. You took a ninja with speed and she went to college and became the ninja with speed overnight that was celebrity style speed, and you expected her to walk like Addison Felix. Now I get it more. Like, when you think about it, we did expect a lot out of Sha'Carri that she shouldn't have been ready for anyway. How you gonna be ready to be Kobe or be LeBron or somebody in that aspect when you were never looked at to be that? Meaning, yeah, you've been fast, you ran AAU and all that stuff, but you never, you know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't what you was gonna really do, or did you know what you was gonna do based on what he was saying? So my whole thing with everything he was saying, it makes perfect sense why Sha'Carri was the way that she was. Because here I am, I just happened to wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna do track. I win state. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to college. Y'all, from the way I'm understanding it, when she broke that record, that was only like her third year running track. So now you're going to give her all this money and expect her to be the face of track and field when she ain't even learned track and field yet. She don't know shit about it. Like, literally, she don't know shit. Like, she ain't been in no European circuits. She ain't done nothing. She's just coming from Oak Cliff, freshman year, LSU. Now I'm here. So I think with what he was saying is lining up with a lot of stuff that I've been hearing. She's learned a lot. And I understand why she made that tweet now that says, when she was like, track and field don't love us enough for me to love it back the same way. I get it now because she's been exposed to it and exposed to Hollywood. I think when he said that part, I think he might have been capping a little bit with the 10 threes at practice. And the 10-4s at practice. I have heard she's ran like 10-4, 10-5 at practice, but Gat did go on air and say that girl ran 10-3 on. She ran 10-3 in practice. So here's my question then. Since y'all heard it, do y'all think that, because she opening up down there in June at, they track me. What y'all think that she gonna possibly do based off the information that you just heard?
First off, I couldn't give a rat's ass what you run in practice. Because I have pole vaulted 17 feet in practice. You know what I vaulted in a competition? 15.9. So I don't care what you run in practice because it's perfect conditions. You get to do it a million times. So that when the second anyone starts telling me, oh yeah, this is what I do in practice. Well, do it in a meet and then I'll start caring about it. Because until you do it then, their kickers can kick 70-yard field goals in practice. You know what? Not one person can kick a 70-yard field goal in a football game. So I think I need to see her first run because, like you said, she got thrown into this track stuff in the deep end. She didn't get it. She get no time to go going through the pool. It was like, hey, you ran fast once. Boom, you ran records. You're America's girl. Like everybody's talking about you. Where you're gonna have to learn how to swim right away. And so there's a lot of stuff coming at her. And it's like I saw Gabby Thomas. She came out with a tweet not too long ago where she said, in track and field, you're not allowed to have a bad race. You're not allowed to have a bad year.
And that's what I was saying like 5 minutes ago when I was like, no, Lamont can't because you are, and this is because of what the agents put in our minds. And the shoe companies, you are only as good as your last race.
So I mean, I think she could run. If I had to put a number on like what I think she has talent to run, 10-5. Like she has talent to do that. Will she do it is another question. I think it's like we still haven't seen her. It's the end of May. Like not many athletes haven't opened up yet. And so I can't I have no idea what she will run. I know what she can run. I don't know what she will run, if that makes sense.
I know that makes sense. I'm gonna let Coach hop in here, but I'm gonna say this right here. Because she has not shown up yet, every day that she don't show up, I push her closer and closer and closer to breaking the world record. I do. Yes, and I'm telling you why, and I'm gonna let Coach get it. We can't sit here and praise Jamrock for training for championships only. Okay? We can't sit here and praise them for, okay, yeah, Shelly just opened up. She opened up with 10-6. Okay, well, I mean, that's Shelly. First of all, praise her because she's amazing. I want to talk about that later on. I'm looking at it to where anytime we talk about these athletes, you're not really talking about the athlete. You're talking about the athlete's coach. Because the athlete don't have no say-so over their schedule at all. They don't. The athletes don't. The coaches and the agents have all the say-so. Athlete can say a little bit. Here's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not going to discredit Dennis like that. I'm not going to discredit Dennis by saying, let me make sure I say this part. I love Dennis to death, but I think Dennis is a great clock keeper. That's another story. I'm not going to discredit Dennis. Hold on, Coach. I'm not going to discredit Dennis. I'm not going to discredit Dennis and say that he's not preparing her for a world championship debut because Sha'Carri has kind of been put in a position to where now you have to perform. I feel like, and I've said it before, I feel like they prepping her for one thing and one thing only. What else does she got left to prove? I don't have to prove I'm fast. What are all y'all complaining about? You're complaining because I'm so fast and I don't back it up. You complain about I'm so fast and I don't got a medal. You complain about I'm so fast and I ain't broke no records. Okay, well, if that's the case, sit tight. That's all I'm gonna train for now. I don't have to run. Why? As JGat put it out the other day, I signed the biggest contract in history. They run because they got to. No. I don't have to run. They running because they broke. I can show up when I feel like it. So I'm gonna give her and Dennis that little bit of respect to say that maturity has hit them to where it's like Floyd Mayweather training. I say it all the time. Floyd Mayweather training. Train for the shit that matters. If she had went to Puerto Rico right now, she got locked up against Elaine for $3,000. But I got the biggest contract in history. Why? Well, I don't want to do that shit. For what? Like, I feel like her maturity has took it over. Now it's like, I told y'all I'm gonna race at my home meet in June. And then you're gonna see me at the World Champs. Coach, it's your flow.
Dude, I don't even know where I should even operate on your soliloquies that you just spewed right there. Okay, first off, right. Name the last.
Told me some more screwball. Don't worry about it. Get screwed.
Name the last female. Name the last female that came out of Dennis's camp that was worth a damn.
Okay, so first of all, you're not gonna do that. Okay.
Listen,
you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that to the Green Machine. Okay.
Who?
You're not gonna do that to the Green Machine. Okay. You watch the show.
Listen, we're not talking about the guy. We're not talking about the guy who many of us idolize, especially on that damn third leg. Okay. I'm just keeping it 100. Okay. Outside of Gatlin, and you're thinking that they're training for something bigger, dude, they're all training for something bigger. Every single one of them. Every single one.
Yes, but how many of them have the talent to actually accomplish it? I train for something bigger. How many records I got? How many records I got?
Let me tell you the ones who train. Let me tell you who's doing it. The ones who swept the 100 last up in Tokyo.
Okay, well, see, now you're being disrespectful again, okay? You leave Green Machine alone from the camera. You leave Green Machine alone. That's my boy.
Anybody who knows me knows that I have been critical of the outer antics to which Sha'Carri has displayed. I've been very critical of it because Ray, you and I are from a generation that you win first, talk crap later. Okay, because nothing, and like I keep saying, and Ray, we keep going on this damn rabbit hole. People aren't in them hotels after the meet when we start talking trash to people.
I can't.
You was doing a whole lot of talking and you did a whole lot of losing, bro. Like you was doing a whole lot of losing. You saw nothing but backside mechanics in that race. You know what I'm saying? So
he ain't lying. He right.
Right. So my thing, dude, we seen arguments. We seen back and forth almost gone to fights. Can't go close. So my thing with Sha'Carri is this: if they're trying to get her ready to run or whatever else is going on, because at the end of the day, man, you know, it's only a handful of athletes that could come out and be sharp off rip. A handful. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she's one of those athletes, God bless her. Good. Okay. But my thing is this: if this is their plan, I'm kind of worried because one.
It's a brilliant plan. What do you mean worried? It's a brilliant plan.
Okay.
It's a brilliant plan. It's a brilliant plan from a marketing standpoint because you got to keep in mind. Okay. At the end of the day, Sha'Carri's name is powerful. It's not about track and field. It's about if Sha'Carri Richardson tweets, "I'm racing," it's more people outside of track and field ready to watch. Keep in mind, track and field is a small bubble.
And that's fine. And I get that part, but we talking strictly running. Okay.
Strictly
running. Okay. The last person I watched run 3 meets before the big one was Flojo. That was it. She ran one
and
race.
We still talking about who now?
Okay, but okay, all right, but let's be clear. You know, I don't like speaking ill of the deceased, but
you keep going. We all on the same page.
Right,
we keep going.
Right. Because my coach was at the meet, and my coach said it was a hurricane blowing.
Yeah, I've heard a hurricane about 20 times from people who were 7 and above. Like, boy, that's in the cap. But keep going.
Right. So for for her to run and then just think that she could just jump into championships. And you, Ray, you and I both know in track world, you know this too. The difference between being in shape and being Ray Sharp.
I'm had to cut you off. Only reason I cut you off because, as I always tell everybody, I can only utilize myself. Again, 2016, when I was with Nigeria, and this is researchable because I did this and I qualified and I did everything what I was supposed to do. 2016, I said I'm going to qualify at one track meet, and then I'm going to do the Nigerian trials and then Rio. No. And what I mean by no is sometimes when you set your sight on something, you don't need nothing else. June 14th was the day that it was 2016. I ran 10.16. That was before they changed the what's the name of it, right?
Yeah.
10.16 was the Olympic Standard Time. I ran 10.16 with a 1.9 at the exact same track meet I said I was going to do it at. So sometimes, no, it's not like you reach to a level to where it's like mentally, it's like the best way I can say it is F everybody. I'm going to do it my way because I know my way is the right way. Sometimes you don't need that. I mean, think about it. And I hate to bring this back as baseball. Babe Ruth used to point. I'm finna hit it right there. Don't worry about it. I'm hit it right there. And you finna watch it. I'm not saying Sha'Carri is doing that, but you got to give it some entertainment to think at the same time. Okay, SAFP can open up with 10-6. You think that wasn't planned? You think they didn't work for that exact thing? We're working for you to open up at 10-6. Everybody has a plan. Well, Mike Tyson said everybody got plans to get hit in the mouth. But I'm telling you, Sha'Carri and Dennis them got a plan.
Okay,
that's what you.
Okay, well, let me go on record and say this right now. Right now, I have no faith in what Sha'Carri's going to do. None. And
you know when I edit this, put on my Instagram, I'm editing just that part and make sure I put that part out there so everybody can watch it.
No, listen, and I say that because I'm using your logic. You're only as good as your last race, right?
You're only good as your last race.
Okay, so if we're going by your logic, that means we should have no faith in what she's gonna do. We have no faith. Look,
touche.
Listen, Sha'Carri is probably gonna win the U.S. championships. Okay, I still feel that TT Terry's gonna make the team, and I feel that Miss Clutch is gonna make the team. Okay, it's gonna be hard between her and Shania Collins. Okay, but that's what I feel. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the girl got to get out there and she got to prove herself all over again. If we're going off of your logic, not that I don't think the girl's not going to win the U.S. championship, dude. She's head and shoulders by far the best sprinter in the United States. So you know, the only one that could probably catch her slipping is her own training partner, which is TT Terry, and I don't think TT can catch her right now. Even though TT is a big meat performer, because she showed, even though she hasn't won, she's always dropped her fastest times when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna say this because I know Track World News. He got to get ready to get off here in a minute and get him to sleep so he catches 5 a.m. flight. But I'm gonna say this right here pertaining to Sha'Carri. Based off the information I just found out that I kind of knew, but I just needed somebody to back up that her contract is so big. Track Illuminati is not going to let that money go to waste. Take it how you wanna.
Look, I got.
I can tell you that now, Jack. They're not gonna let that money go to waste. What? Come on. What? Huh?
I gotta sign off in a second here. So I wanted to touch on real quick on Sha'Carri, and then Coach. I know you had some questions for what I had, and then I'll sign off. So I got to.
Yeah, y'all go ahead.
So first with Sha'Carri. So y'all say you're from the generation of running fast, talking later. I'm from the generation of talking first, running, and then talking later. So Sha'Carri. And for me, that's entertainment for a lot of us. Like people like me, man, when you talk trash and then you do it, oh, it's so sweet.
That's Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, exactly. Now the thing is, that works out well when you do it. It doesn't work. You look like a fool when you don't do it. And so that's like like for me, that's kind of where I'm feeling with. I'm hoping Sha'Carri does well. It's this that when you're putting all your eggs in one basket of I am going to run fast at June 12th. Because remember, just earlier we said, look, that thing at in Nairobi where the person next to you got a little bit of might have allegedly gotten a head start. And you know that affects you. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and hoping that everyone around you can do well. So it's like that's why I can get nervous because it's like anything can happen. The weather could be terrible. It could be a +3 wind, and you can't qualify. Like putting all your eggs in one basket, it just gets me nervous because like man, I'm not a gambler like that. So when I see someone saying, "Hey, I'm going to give myself 1 or 2 chances to take this thing," man, I hope because if you don't, geez, I could look bad. But so that's what that was, Coach. I know you had some prop. So the question and the issue that Coach had with me, I put out a Bowerman big board. So if you want to see it, go on my Instagram, go on my Instagram page. The last post, I put my top 10 power ranking for the men and for the women, the Bowerman big board. So to keep in mind, NCAA didn't even have Benjamin Asmati in it. I had Benjamin Asmati at 10. Coach,
which is disrespectful.
Let's hear
10 for what?
For my Bowerman big board. So who I think top 10 athletes for the Bowerman.
And you had Aziz at what?
Benjamin Asmati. I put him at 10th.
Right.
See, I wasn't even listening, but you you can name 9 people.
Let me
name 9 people to put in front of him.
Can I read it to you?
You don't have to. I'm putting my phone and my drink down now. I got to listen to this.
Right. This is from FA. Hold on. Let me.
I got to listen to this.
Hold on.
You got 9 people in front. Man, I ain't gonna drink on this one. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. You got my attention.
Number 1, Ahabdi Nur, NAU. That's easy. Number 2, Aiden Owen. Number 3, Kyle Garland. Number 4, Trey Cunningham. Number 5, Randolph Ross. Number 6, Brandon Miller. Number 7, Turner Washington. 8, Matthew Bowling. 9, Emmanuel Imhaji. And then 10, I have Benjamin Asmati.
You see what's going on, right? You see what's going on.
Let me hear it. Like, who do you like? Let me hear your top. Let me hear your 10 then, because I have reasons why all of these people should be where they are as well. Like,
just know you just drove me to drinking,
and you just drove.
Let the people know that. Let people know you drove me to drinking.
I'm calling the cap on everything you just.
Ooh, Lord.
Okay, all right.
You want to go first?
No. Yeah. Let me go first.
Go ahead. You go first.
Okay.
Because I ain't got nothing to say.
And you know the funny thing is, it's not even about who I got. The only reason why you got Benjamin Asmati 10th because he runs in Division 2.
No, first
yes,
off,
you do.
whoa. No. So this is, I can't let you say that, because if you listen to every single podcast I have ever freaking done, I have praised and I love the fact that you can go to a school that is not a Power 5 school, that is a Division 2 institution, and you can be very talented. You can go to junior college and do the same thing. You're right. I love it. You cannot say, oh, the only reason he's 10th is because he's D2. No, I put him higher if I could. But this race is so freaking close. Like,
wait, I'm confused, bro. Okay, I'm confused.
First off,
I'm so confused.
First off, he needs to be ahead of Randolph Ross right now.
Why?
Ross ain't really good. What has Ross done outdoors?
Leading time? Doesn't he have the world lead?
No, Ross has done.
Asmati did the same thing. He did the same thing.
And this is the entire season. Randolph Ross was what, 0.1 off of
okay, so he did the entire season, but what he didn't. Oh my God.
This is so cap.
National champion. He was 0.1 off the national record, and he's the world leading time. Right? I mean, like,
who? Randolph
Ross. He just missed the national record. He was the second fastest time all time.
He just missed the national record
in the indoor 400. Yes.
Okay, so all right, so we're using indoors as well as outdoors.
I'm okay with Randolph Ross being ranked high. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm 100% disagreeing with you on 10 and one reason why. Last year when I first started race take, I literally had him on my big board for Tokyo. I was like, no. y'all gotta look at this dude. Like, damn, last year, I was talking about that kid. And I was like, if he can stay where he at, stay healthy, get proper training, you gonna catch hell with him at Tokyo, which didn't happen because he got hurt. But now he out here, bro, he out here putting 10, 15 meter gaps on people 2 years in a row. Two. Like, he even, like, not even trying. Like, he just literally wakes up and like, 9 low, 9-8. Like, the reason why I feel like put him at 10 disrespectful, I go on record and say right now today, in the shape he in right now, if he had been in Kenya, he would have won that race. That's why I'm saying here like 10, bro. 10?
Like, look at all
you do realize that he has the capabilities of breaking the collegiate record, right?
10?
He ran a 9.92.
2 years in a row. 2 years in a row.
No. He ran, first off, he's number 4 all time. He ran 990. He ran 990, right? They ran a windy 9. Right. He ran a windy 9. Okay, but in route, I'm not talking about the D2 national. I'm talking about the overall collegiate record.
I am too.
Right. So you do understand that the 2 times he did go against Division I athletes, right? There was nothing but a bunch of losing going on behind him.
Yes. You're acting like
So what I'm saying to you, boss, is that for you to put him at 10 is utterly disrespectful, because you got guys up there who's just kind of moseying along through the season. This guy legitimately is putting up times, and he's going to all the meets, and he hasn't lost a race in 2 years.
And tell me who
Ross, listen, Ross could legitimately lose the quarter at the NCAA championships. You do know that, right?
Come on.
Huh? What?
10.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You want me to tell you who? Let me tell you who can beat him.
Let me hear.
Ja'Cory Patterson. Ja'Cory Patterson. If Ja'Cory Patterson is 100%, just like Ja'Cory smacked him at Florida Relays in the 200.
That's a 2.
Just like but it all comes together. Okay. If him and Ja'Cory lines up, both of them are speed quarter milers. As of right now, Ja'Cory Patterson is faster than him in the shorter sprints. And they both train to run 44 low to 43 seconds. If Ja'Cory Patterson is not injured in any capacity, Ja'Cory Patterson, if Coach Holloway decides to run him in the 400, he is going to give Ross the fight of his life, and he can possibly beat Ross in the quarter. Because what I'm seeing right now, Ross, I'm gonna use Ray's terminology. Ross is training for the worlds. Ross ain't worried about NCs. He's training for worlds. He's the.
Hey, you know what? I want to cut you off, but I'm gonna say this too. Benjamin is doing the same thing right now. He's training for 2 things. He's training for Commonwealth, and he's training for the World Championships.
And he's not even.
He's running.
He's hard.
Did you see it? Did you see the run from last weekend? That's just a straight knee ash. This what I do, front side. I'm not even really pressing because I have no reason to press.
But track was my guy. But
I love the tell. I do.
Because I'm gonna
have to call him a Cowboys fan one more time. Because one time before I had to call him a Cowboys fan. I gotta do it again.
So you're saying Randolph Ross? Okay, so you're saying
well, hold on. I don't agree with that. I don't think Randolph is going to lose. I don't agree with that part.
So let me hear where are you placing him? Who do you think he should be ahead of? Because I know people that he should not be ahead of. He is not ahead of Aiden Owens. Can we agree with that? He is not ahead of Kyle Garland's. But
how can he not be ahead of Aiden Owens, and Aiden Owens' collegiate record just got broke?
Yes, because he won the indoor national championship. He just had his national record broken, and one of them's going to be breaking that thing.
Okay. So Benjamin Azamati also has a 60-meter national D2 record, and he set records too. So your point being,
D2 it's not the overall record.
See, there you go. There you go.
Can't be discriminate.
No, it's
can't be discriminate.
It is the record.
He broke no. He broke the Division II record. Okay, it doesn't have to be the overall record. When you look in the record books, he is the Division II record holder.
Are there
These
people
are facts.
in D1 that have ran faster than him this year?
In Division 1.
Are there people in D1 that have ran fast? There are people that are college athletes that have ran faster than him this year. So
Okay.
You can't say just because it's D2.
Who
Who ran faster than Benjamin Asmati in the 60?
Oh, he's about the 60. I'm outside right now. I'm sorry. I'm outside. My bad. I thought
In
about
the
the
100, no one. No, not no.
Hold on. So you mean tell me nobody's ran faster than him in the outside hunting in collegiate period, NCAA, NCAA, D1, D3, D5, and you got him at 10?
Yeah, because once again, this takes over all of the stuff. Like
when legal, he's the fastest 100-meter runner in the country.
This is
and you got him at 10?
Your entire whatever you run, it's what you do. It's not just the 100, it's the 100, it's the 2, it's every event you do. So if you're doing multiple events, that's better. Like a Habdi Nur, NAU, he won the indoor and he won the 5K and the 3K national championship indoor. He has the national record outdoors, and he's going to win the 5K and the 10K outdoors this year. He's going to have 4 national championships and national record.
I'm not disputing him.
He can't even get top 3.
No,
like,
top 3? No. You're gonna say he's better than Trey Cunningham. Now you're gonna say he's better than Trey Cunningham, the guy that is better than, he's better than half of a second than everyone else that's running this year. Dude, you know how much a half second is? The hurdles are a half second. That's what everyone's doing to Trey Cunningham.
Okay, well, respectfully for Trey Cunningham, it's about time he did it because all the heat is gone. So now he's running pressure free.
He's at practice. He's running at practice now.
But you're telling me Benjamin Asmati isn't running pressure free? Who's he running up against?
Okay, I get that right. He is running pressure free. But here's
the thing. He legitimately, okay, when LSU and all those guys came to New Mexico,
he beat them.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's better than all the
we can't get up to like the top 5.
Right, he couldn't get him top 5. He got him 10. And he did that.
Other people are national
7 at least disrespect him at 7. It's like, boy, that's disrespectful. But 10 is like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel when you number 10. You don't even really, you don't belong with us. It's kind of like the year when I was number 10 and 200 and Bo was number 1. It's like, Ray, you really suck. You just on the list because we gotta stop it at 10. You know what I'm saying? You're not really that good.
That's
how I look at it. Is like if you're not 1, 2, 3, okay, out of that, you better be 4, 5, 6. If you ain't 4, 5, 6, you're damn going to be 7, 8, and the 8 lanes on the track. So we can only rank 1 through 8. See, 10 means, bro.
Look at how good NCAA is this year. You want to know how I know it's crazy? What name didn't I mention? The best sprinter out right now, and you guys haven't said it at all. No. Michael Williams.
Best sprinter out right now. No,
I don't. Look,
not giving it to him. Not giving it to him whatsoever. Not giving it to him.
There's so many people that aren't on this list because it's the difference between 1st and 10 for the men.
The only reason why Micah is where he's at is because of his school. No. Micah is not a better athlete than Asmati. No, he's not. Nope. Micah has Oregon money. Bro, I got everything I need. Literally. I got Oregon money. I'm straight. Okay, I'm straight. My times at Oregon are right next to somebody who's at a D2 school who gets nothing. That boy ain't getting no dang gold. He ain't walking into a locker room with waterfalls. He's not walking into and getting all the Gatorade he want. He's not walking in there and getting all the Nike stuff. He ain't got somebody carrying one spike, carrying another spike. He's at a D2 school and you still can't beat me. And you at Oregon. You don't even come close to what I can do because if you take Asmati out of that school, switch it. Put him at Oregon. That boy running 9.7s now. Put everything into the pot.
And so
he in West Texas. West Texas dropping world-leading times.
Yeah.
Come on. And ain't nobody NCAA don't. Come on, man. No, if you take him out of that position and put him anywhere else, he is if you take him from there and put him at LSU, take him from there, put him at Oregon. Take him from there, put him down there at Florida with Mouse. Bro, he's the best. He's a threat now. Like he's better than Micah and this is what I say about like track athletes. He's really on the Chitlin circuit running better than Micah. He ain't getting no adjustments. He ain't getting no massages. He ain't getting no 3-4 course meals when he go to the dining hall. He's not getting no nutrients. He ain't getting nothing he needs to run these times. He's running them off of not even waking up. It's like I'm waking up and everything is actually against me because I ain't got nothing to train with. I'm giving y'all this. I ain't got nothing.
He ain't got no 10
nothing. I'm giving y'all this off of just straight me. No, I'm number one. Why? Give me what y'all got, and then we can have this conversation.
And the other
that's why I'm like 10, bro.
And the other reason why you don't have Mike on the list, one, Micah Falls started indoors.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing for me.
He's very inconsistent in the 200, where Azamati is really good in both sprints. Okay, and don't get it twisted. Michael Williams is one of the best sprinters I have ever seen, but he ain't Azamati. So I get why you don't have him on the list. Okay, but you also got to look at, if we're going to talk about competition, this and the third, dude, there's nobody compete with Trey Cunningham. Nobody, because the competition is all running for Adidas or Nike. Always running for Adidas and Nike.
Yeah, he's the only person to run as fast as Trey Cunningham in the hurdles in college is Grant Holloway. When you're in the conversation of Grant Holloway being the only person that has done what you have done, you are in very good company. I mean, look, when I'm saying he's 10th, it is all of these people have a chance to win it. Like, there are 4 people that I didn't put on the list that should be on there. Trevor Bass.
But you can't say he's 10 based off of literally the fact of he's in a situation that won't allow him to be better.
Yeah, that's why it's tough, because then with the Emmanuel Ichadi, that dude has won every single thing he's done, and there's no one close to him in triple jump. He is so dominant in triple jump. He needs to start doing long jump because he's so dang good at triple jump. So it's hard to take him off, right? Then it's Brandon Miller, national champion. It's hard to move.
Here's the only reason
why. Whoa. Hold on, Ray. You talking about the same?
Go ahead.
You talking about the same Brandon Miller that got washed by the Texas Tech kid at the Tom Jones meet?
Okay, he lost in Texas Tech in a regular.
No.
It doesn't matter what you do in the regular.
No. He didn't just lose. He got washed. And I say that respectfully. He got washed. He won when it mattered, national championship. Okay, all right. So in was the Texas Tech kid even at the meet, or did he not run it?
Yeah. So the reason I don't have him is because he posted on Instagram that he might be getting hip surgery and he might not be able to compete the rest of the year.
Oh,
so that's why I don't have him. Because he posted on Instagram something about him getting an MRI, and he's like, "Yo, the recovery, might be a little while." So I wanted to have him there, but with that, it's hard to do it because I don't know what your future holds. So it's gonna be tough. Like Jonathan Jones, I mean, dude's he's the top time in the 400 and the 800, and doing there's so many people that are so good right now. It's man, you should be coming after USA, TF, CCC, all them letters. They didn't even have.
Listen. I done. Every time they put up the Bowerman list, I'll be commenting. I know they be deleting my comments to be blocked. They be wanting to block me. So I'm like, so y'all just gonna leave Azamati off the list? So what does Azamati have to do?
I tell you what Azamati has to do. Azamati has to go to a school that has their track meets or anything that they do on Saturdays during football season on TV. Outside of that, he can't get recognized. That's just what it is. Because again, I like to look at everything. We're gonna move on past this. I like to look at everything from a even playing field. You cannot make any type of actual top 10s, top 5s, top anything if the playing field isn't level. Okay? Meaning we all get the exact same stuff. Whether we don't get it, we have access to it. As pros, you might not go to a chiropractor, but you got access to it. That's your fault if you don't. You might not have a nutritionist, but it's your fault if you don't. So we can rank you. You don't get that. Again, everybody you're naming, they gotta be good. Why? Watch this. It wasn't just the fact that Bolt was better than everybody because he ran faster. He had a better team. He had better doctors. He had better therapists. He had better meals. Forget that chicken McNugget crap that he keep lying y'all about. He had everything for him that made him better. So now you can say, no, Gat, he's better than you. Why? You had the same opportunities. You could have ate the same meals. You could have seen the same doctors. You could have seen the same nutritionists. You chose not to. That's why you're ranked lower. With him, you can't compare it to nobody else because about the other 9 you just called out in NCAA D1 schools, getting everything pampered to them. So if you ain't performing and you getting everything handed to you, you really suck. But now if you got somebody who is better than you and they ain't got nothing you got, bro, you can't get ranked above me. I'm sorry. You can't. You can't get ranked above me. I'm you, and I ain't got nothing.
I got one last question. I got one last question, and then I got a statement, and then I gotta go.
All right, go ahead, brother. This is your show. Go ahead.
Benjamin Asmati. He's a sophomore, but he's 24. What does he do?
Here we go. Here we go with the age thing.
Here
we go.
No, I'm saying, what does he do next year? Do you think he turns pro, or do you think he stays in college? I'm not bringing that up like that's the reason.
Okay.
What do you think he's doing next year? Do you think he's going
to? All right. This is part of the show, and I guess I gotta tell why I'm so on his team. I'm so on his team because I'm on his team. I can tell you what he's doing next year. He's coming out of school. I've been talking with him and people from Ghana that work with him, represent him since last year. Like literally since last year. I was on the phone with Benjamin about 3 weeks ago. Okay, so that's what I'm sitting here saying is like, we're coming from.
You're muted.
You might.
You're muted.
I can't hear you.
You can't
hear you. Might want to unplug and plug back in.
Hey.
Do it one more time. You muted still? No. It's tough. Turn it off.
You gotta come back in. All right. So it's our show right now for the hot beat. Okay, listen. I definitely respect that you're sticking to your guns. I just personally feel that, you know, the within the initial bylaws of the Bowerman, it was supposed to recognize the great athletic performances of collegiate athletes. They literally turned that award into a Division I only award, and I guess that's why I'm getting so, I'm getting so riled up about it, because this man is literally doing everything he possibly could. He can't run against any more Division I guys. That rule's changed. There was a time where if you ran D2, once your championship was over, you was able to go to the Division I championships and run against the D1 guys. There was a time you was able to do that. You know what I'm saying? But now you can't do that anymore. So he had to show and prove. So the few times he didn't line up against the Division I guys, he busted their snot box wide open. He turned their TV off. Okay. He slapped them. So when we take all that into consideration, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has to get more respect than he's being shown. And I don't think anyone is. I mean, we're showing him the respect, but it'd be kind of dope to see, hey man, this guy rewriting the record books. I mean, he breaking records that still for 30 plus years, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and granted, Division II, we don't get the athletes that Division I's gonna get. Coaches in Division II legitimately have to develop their athletes. We have to develop the athletes. We have to actually coach. And I'm not saying anybody else isn't coaching, because believe you me, you're still developing athletes on the Division I level as well, because you just don't run fast because you hit puberty, you know, at a certain period of your 4 years while in college. No. All right, you still got to develop those kids. But the amount of development that the Division II coaches have to do, because we're not the pick of the litter. you have to commend Matt Stewart for what he's doing. And Matt Stewart comes from a lineage of great coaching. You know what school he's from. You're a track guy. You know where he came out of. You know who was his mentors and who taught him track and field. So what Benjamin is doing and the Retro Sprinters down there at West Texas A&M is doing is commendable, man. And I just want the young man to be recognized. Gotcha.
God damn, man. I must have been saying some good stuff, man. This fool will kick me out the damn show, man. Damn, track Illuminati, stop. I know it's y'all. I ain't trying to spill all the beans, but damn, track Illuminati. Damn. I got him back.
But that's my tape. And I know you got an early flight, bro. I ain't going to
I got to get going. The last thing I wanted to say before I get going is I got to give a shout out to my former high school teammate, Allie Wilson.
Allie Wilson.
Yep. She ran a world lead time in the 800, falling across the line with a 158.19. She's going to run 157 soon. She didn't even win our county champ. She wasn't even our county track athlete of the year her senior year. Got robbed. And so and she ran a 2:15 in high school as a girl in the 800. That's fast, but it's not like crazy insane. So it goes to show, if you fast, you got the hard work, you got the work ethic, you can do whatever the heck you want. And so,
truth be told,
I'm going to see Ray. I'll probably see you in 24 hours at this point.
Exactly. And you know what? Because of everything you just said, with the work ethic that you put in everything you do, I feel that it's only right for you to buy me a shot when I get there.
It's only right. Man, we're gonna have to see.
Okay, before you go, I got one question.
Yeah.
What is your name, bro?
My name's Colin.
Colin. Okay, there we go. Now I'll be like, yo, track news. I know your real name is Colin. Okay, cool. I will still refer to you track news because that's your handle. And I want your platform to blow up, but I just want to know your real name. Okay, cool.
You didn't know his name was Colin?
Nah, bro.
You had no clue.
That's the brand. That's how you know the brand's working.
Me neither. That's why I ain't even asked. I had no clue. It's Track World News, me, Jack.
All right, I'll see.
He ain't got no name. His first name is Track, middle name World, last name News. So we'll see you in Puerto Rico. And hey, y'all, we might give y'all a special. Me and Track World News might actually get right next to each other, and we in Puerto Rico, and then talk to y'all. Hey, brother, have a safe flight, man. Have a safe flight. I'll see you when we get there.
Adios,
Ray. Can we please?
We have to continue. We have to continue.
Can we please go ahead and discuss Shelly, because these dudes is tripping, because we want to talk about something that none of us is shocked about.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I've been drinking. It's time for a commercial break.
Okay, to all of y'all who want to talk about Shelly, congratulations. She just set the record for, I think, the most sub 1070s ran by a female ever. I think she got 4? Now I think it's 4 now. 4? Yeah, 4. Somebody help me out in the chat. 4. Okay, whatever. I think Elaine may have it. Not sure. One of y'all help me out in the chat. She ran 1067. Nobody's surprised, because Shelly is the greatest 100-meter sprinter of all time.
Okay.
Right. She's the greatest 100-meter sprinter
Real fast.
of all time.
Finish up.
Elaine Thompson is the greatest Olympic double sprinter of all time.
Say it again.
Okay. So let's be clear. Now, because Ray has context, we can address the Shelly-Ann Fraser 1067.
Well, hold on. I have to do this first. Because I've been monitoring a bunch of the comments and stuff like that. People was talking about how Sha'Carri, we said it, how she should, and then how Fred. I want to do this real fast. I try and like to have a spiritual moment every show. So I'm gonna take this moment to be my spiritual moment. Okay. No disrespect to whatever religion you're a part of. I love everybody. I think all religions are beautiful as long as you pray to somebody. But right now I'm gonna go to Christianity, okay? Proverbs 18:21 says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. I can never say the field one, PHIL 4:8 says, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is any praiseworthy, speak and meditate on these things. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all one more. All right. Matthew 21:12 says, and whatever you ask in prayer, you will receive in your faith. I lied. I got 4 more because it's 7 total. All right. Don't be done. Isaiah 55:11 says, so shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. I'm going to go on down. Mark 11:23. I ain't got like 2 more. Truly, I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, be taken up and thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says will come to pass, it will be done for him. That's Mark 11:23. One more is the last one. But he answered, it is written, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. So, this is it means a lot to me. I don't know if y'all can see it. Probably can't. Don't worry about it. I can't figure out how to do it. But I have a tattoo on my forearm. Okay? I have a tattoo. I got this tattoo back in 2009. It's a Bible verse, okay? And it's Mark 5:36, and it says, be not afraid, only believe. The year that I made the World Championship team, when nobody thought I was going to make it, when I got 3rd, I remember all I kept doing was I was pacing back and forth, and I was reciting that Bible verse over and over again. Faith is a thing, the same thing. I kept saying it, okay? And what happened was I made the team, right? Dwight Stones, I never forget, Dwight Stones, he interviewed Doctor. He came to me and he was like, Xavier Israel was, who would have thought? And I was like, Jesus would have thought. And I walked off. I literally walked off at that point. Like, that was my whole interview. I said, Jesus would have thought. Now, here's the reason why I'm saying this. Can y'all still hear me? Because I moved my mic. The reason why I'm saying this is because, and I'm going to get serious for a second. We cannot ask these athletes to not be that same person of God. We can't ask Fred to not say, I'm about to break the world record. We cannot ask Sha'Carri to stop saying, I'm about to beat everybody. We can't ask these people to stop speaking this stuff because that is what they have said and prayed about. That is what they're saying. I think sometimes as mankind, I'm gonna get back to this, but I'm gonna speak real fast. I think sometimes as mankind, we dibble dabble with faith. We want people to have it, but then when it comes to reality, don't have it. So you want Fred, you want Sha'Carri, you want, and I even go with somebody like Matt Bowling. You want these people to be upright people. You want these people to say what they want to say, but then when they say it, you say you can't say that. But then spiritually it says, no, I have to say that. Spiritually it says, I have to say it over and over again. I have to say it. So I'm just saying, I get where a lot of people come from when they be like, well, you got to be quiet. You got to be quiet. Well, sometimes you probably should just kind of respect where those people are at and respect those people's mind and respect their spirituality or whatever, and allow these people to say what they want to say. Don't put your limitations on these people because you wasn't able to do something. Don't put your limitations on people like Fred speaking about the world record or Sha'Carri speaking about what she gonna do just because you can't do it. Don't put your limitations on them because your faith ain't as strong in what you're speaking out of your mouth. Just because you don't see it and just because you can't accomplish the things that you speak, don't mean that you got those stones at these people. Because what happens is then when athletes go into mental depression, fans be like, I don't understand what happened. How did they get depressed? They were doing so good. Well, it's because they were speaking out with their tongues and all you was doing was throwing stones at them for speaking with their tongues. They were sitting there saying, no, this is what I'm going to do. And here you are saying, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Instead of saying, well, hey, if you feel like you're going to break it, I'm right there with you. Or if you feel like Sha'Carri, you're going to come and do this, I'm right there with you. And that's the one thing that I do, and I'm going to get off this. That's the one thing that Ray do. I'm not going to put limitations on nobody. If somebody tells me, Ray, this is what I'm going to do, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to ride with you. All right, if you say you're going to do it, I'm going to ride with you. I'm not going to put no limitations on you. I said Fred can break the world record because he told me he could. Okay, well, guess what then, brother? I call you my brother for a reason. I believe in you. I'm going to speak the same words that you're speaking. I'm going to say the same thing that you're saying because you're speaking from a heart. You're speaking from what you want to do, what you want to become. So I'm not going to be the person to sit here and down that on you. If you going to text me, if you going to call me, or if you going to say at any point in time, I'm about to break the world record, guess what Ray's going to say? You're going to break it then. Because at the end of the day, we have to stop. We have to stop treating athletes like they are nobody. We got to stop treating athletes like they just a piece of nothing. Because him, Mike, anybody, when they say these things, they're speaking from their soul. They're speaking from their heart. They're speaking from what they're trying to do. So my job and our job is supposed to be to lift them up. Now, if you don't do it, I'm going to talk shit now. Bro, I thought you said, but I'm going to believe you, though. Until you say I'm not, I'm right there. So I just wanted to put that part out there because I always try to like to use my platform for the right reason and not just to be talking, but it's like sometimes we got to tie it all in together. Let's not throw stones at people because they say things that we think is impossible. Because either one of them athletes, they both have said, I'm going to break the world record. We got to be fair and say, okay, because now we're about to switch over and start talking about Shelly, and she's saying the same thing, and everybody's like, yeah, you're going to break it. Well, what makes her any different when she speaks with her tongue than anybody else? Is it because she's showing it? Well, that don't mean nothing. Just because she's showing it, that don't mean nothing. I'm not trying to get all spiritual, but before Jesus walked on water, he said he could do it, but he never showed it. But then when he did it, it was like, oh, damn, you walked on water. And they still didn't believe it. But anyway, y'all know how they throw the little sermons in there. So I had to throw that out there because, hey, man, if we're going to do one thing at the end of the day, raise take is for the athletes. I speak for the athletes. I say what they can't say, and I defend them because I'm one of them. And I say it all the time. Don't put your limitations on these people. If they say this is what they're going to do, you say, okay, go do it. You don't talk about them until it's over with. If anybody say this is what I'm going to do, you respect them enough to give them all their time to do it. Because if they do it during that time, you the one that got to sit back and be like, damn, I was wrong. Oh, no, wait. And when their career over with, like Ray Edwards said, hey, man, I'm going to break the world record. I said that plenty of times, but I didn't break it. And I didn't put the stuff into my work to do it. So now people can call me out. They can say, man, you said you're going to break the world record. You didn't even do it. You're right. Why? I don't have a chance to do it no more now. My legs are gone. So you can say it all day long. You can doubt me all day long now because I can't. Until then, stop doubting these athletes. Which is like why we even talking about Shelly-Ann right now. It's 2020. She's been rocketing out the blocks for how many years now? How many years? Why is it even, I'm not going to say relevant or irrelevant, but why is it even relevant that she opened up a 10-6? Like it's something that we didn't expect. Like, oh, okay. Like if she had opened up with anything less than 10-6, it's like, what you doing?
She been running for 14 years, man. And Shelly, what she does now, we're not surprised. Dude, she ran like 10-6, 2-3 times last season?
Come on, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm going to say it again. Shelly-Ann Fraser is the greatest 100-meter runner of all time. Why? She has two Olympic golds, 2 Olympic silvers. She got 4 world titles. And she's about to get a 5th because when she opens up like this world championship year, she normally wins. Okay. So So
she getting a medal. She getting one of the medals got her name on it.
Right. So the thing is, no one is forgetting about Shelly. What Shelly does is fantastic, but it doesn't move us because we've seen it. We expect her to do that. But we will talk about it because it was a doubt. Because one thing I will say, and this is what I need Shelly to do. The one knock I got on her is that when she's running against competition that she knows she can beat, that form is flawless.
It is.
But then when she's getting pressed, Shelly start running like first girl to the stop sign win. She starts racing.
All the person that really press her is Elaine.
Right. That's it. That's the only person that can legitimately beat her. And because it's not an Olympic year, Shelly got the advantage. You know what I'm saying? So Shelly, so Shelly right now is going to be in the driver's seat because for multiple world championships from 09, 11, 13, she wasn't in 15, pregnant. Okay, no, she was there 50. She was there 17. All right, she won 19. Okay, and she's gonna win 22. Okay, the woman has lost one world title, and she's coming off an injury because you saw what she did the following year in 2012 when she blew when she did what she did. Okay, she is the greatest sprinter. So our expectations for her is a little bit higher than the average fan. But we're not gonna put unattainable goals on her. But what she did in Nairobi was spectacular. Okay, I'm not the person who's going to say, "Well, she's in altitude." Well, hell, everybody had altitude. Everybody was in the mountains. Okay, and she stopped the clock at 10:67. She is now the prohibited favorite. And that's crazy, given the fact that we just had a woman run 10:54 last year on the track and where the world championship is going to be at. Okay, so we're gonna see what happens because I know Shelly and Elaine want to clash because Elaine, in order for Elaine to solidify her to be the greatest sprinter ever, she has to win a world title. She has to win at least one.
Yeah, she gotta get all. She gotta get all of them. She
got to win the world title. She has to. So right now, the categories for all the people in the comments, here is the category. Elaine Thompson is the greatest Olympic sprinter ever. 1 and 2.
But she's not the greatest female sprinter.
But she's not the greatest female sprinter ever. That is Shelly-Ann Fraser when it comes out to the 100. And look, I don't even put FloJo as the greatest 200-meter runner ever.
No, not at all.
She had one magical year. One. If you really want to look at who's the greatest 200-meter sprinter all time, then baby, you got to sit there and have a discussion with Alison Felix and Veronica Campbell. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that conversation.
Yeah, I know who I'm going with. Veronica all day. But anyway, because I noticed people over there in the comments because we glance back and forth. A lot of them are talking about Shelly's age. In 2016, when I made that team for Rio, which is unheard of, and I still ran 10:09 that same year, I was 36 years old. Again, I hate to be preaching, but I gotta, because I'm a personal trainer. I own a gym. So I want to educate. The average person's 35 and her 35 is not the same when you're talking cellular age, okay? Let me make it make sense to y'all, okay? Your 35 and working a 9 to 5 since you left high school is not the 35 of somebody who's been training damn near their whole life, okay? To make it make sense, if you are overweight and you start working out, you lose weight, right? You get in shape.
Yep.
If you work out for a year, you will be able to do something small like play basketball for 4 quarters, and last year you couldn't, okay? When we get to talking about cellular age versus regular age, at 35, your body feels like 45 if you're regular because you've killed your cells. How have you killed your cells? Coca-Colas, McDonald's, eating bad, you don't sleep right, you don't work out, you've cute your cellular age to where you'll be 35 on paper, but your body will feel like it's 55, which is why people sometimes die early. You take a professional athlete like Shelly, who's taking care of her cells. Yeah, her birth certificate says 35, but her body functions like it's 25. That's a complete difference. People don't understand that when it comes to that age and athletes. Tom Brady is still playing because his body doesn't know it's damn near 50. His cells, his DNA thinks it's like 28. So he can't take the physical damage of a hit, but it's the same thing.
I take it a step further. All my PBs in the 60, the 100, and the 200 came in my 30s.
Come on. Because your cellular age don't slow down now. So now it's like you older, but your body's still moving as if it was younger. That's what happens. Like it's actually the cellular age that we're treating. That's why last year I was like, oh yeah, when Shelly-Ann come back next year and run again, I was like, yep, she can. I own a gym. Like not that's what I do, but yeah, no, based off what her body's been doing for the past 10 years, oh yeah, of course she can. And if you don't think this to be factual, I challenge you to go to an actual, go to a health facility to where they can actually don't put you on a scale. Go to where they can test everything about your body, and they'll tell you your cellular age. Actually, I had mine done back 4 years ago. I had mine done. Hold on, nope. 8 years ago. And 8 years ago when I had it done because I was doing a 5K for charity. I didn't even understand cellular age. Them people took my body and they was amazed. They literally said, your cells think they are 17 years old. Like, that's why you can still run fast. Your body think it's 17. Your body don't know that. Your body don't know that it's damn near 34. It think it's still 17. So that's my thing on Shelly. It's like, I expect her to keep doing this because she's never had nothing dramatic to happen to her body.
Other than having a baby.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that. Here's what a lot of people don't understand about having a baby.
Say it.
When you have a baby, your body starts to produce more vitamins than it naturally produces normally. Why? Because in that placebo bag, the bag that the baby is growing in,
the ones that the doctors try to clip off early and they try to sell it.
And try and sell it for stem cell cream I got in my gym. But anyway, a woman's body starts to produce more vitamins, more minerals, because it has to create enough to create a being. So when you're actually, I'm not saying you get pregnant, I'll make sure I put that disclaimer out there. Brain take and coach of is not saying go get pregnant and run fast, okay? It's a science lesson. We want to have everybody popping out there. I'm pregnant. They say I can run fast. It's not what we're saying. But because her body has to produce so much more to create a life, she gets those same benefits off of it. That's just what it is. I mean, look at what's her name? Andre the Grandson wife. She just came up and did what again? Look at Allison. Look at all your moms. Again, we're not saying get pregnant, okay? We're not saying get pregnant. We're just making it known, like from a biological standpoint, that it don't take away from you when you get pregnant. It gives you more. That's it for that part. That's all I had to say. But Shelly-Ann's like, if Shelly-Ann had came out and ran 10-9, it'd have been a conversation. It's like, oh shit, well, she going the wrong way. Coming out and running 10-6 is like, oh, okay, shit. What did y'all expect her to do?
If people paid very close attention, have y'all not noticed how a lot of the great Jamaican sprint women run faster in their mid to late 30s?
Come on, Jack.
Y'all better start paying attention. Look at Grace Jackson. Look at Beverly McDonald. Look at Aileen Bailey. Look at Veronica Campbell. Dude, Veronica Campbell's last hurrah. Remember, she ran 21-9 out of lane 2.
Come on.
Yeah, all right. You gotta look at this, that the Jamaicans are just different. And I can say that because a lot of people don't know this. Okay, my entire family is Jamaican. Okay, entire mother, father, older siblings. I left Jamaica at 6 months. So New York, I always tell people New York and the United States, that's my home. You know what I'm saying? The way the Jamaican women, if you follow the pattern, as long as they don't get no major injuries, they run a lot longer than everybody else can.
But you also know why that is, right? You know, I talked to Elaine in her camp and her husband. Shout out to Elaine's husband for coming on Raise Take last year and talking about Jamaica. And the thing that I say about Jamaica is the reason why they can do it for so long is because, from what I'm told and from what I actually know, a lot more of their stuff is natural. Like they're growing it. Yeah. Like it's not processed food. Processed food slow you down. Yeah. Literally, it slows you down. Yeah. So they're not doing a whole lot of that. So it makes sense, you know what I'm saying, why they can get better with age, because you're putting more of the right nutrients in as you're growing. Now I want to address one more thing that I saw over there that glanced past. Somebody said when it was like, well, Ray, you don't understand like what dealing with pregnancy is. I think y'all misunderstood what I was explaining, what we was explaining. The pregnancy isn't what makes the body stronger. You cannot create a child without your body producing the things that it needs to create that child. Unless you're doing like an artificial insemination, then it's injected. But if you're naturally creating a child, the human being, the body is made up of vitamins and minerals. So if you're creating a child inside of you, right, and the body is made of vitamins and minerals, what does your body have to overly produce to create something? The pregnancy, the labor pains and all that is one thing. It's the benefits of the after effect. And that's just what we got to say. That's what we got to say on that part. All right, we getting close to that 2 hour mark. I'm trying to make sure we before we get to these people in their comments. I feel like we talked about Gat. Oh, Mboma. So we talked about Gat. We talked about the race. We talked about everything but Mboma. First of all, I'll say this. My heart broke when Mboma pulled up. Yeah. Like literally, like what I mean, literally broke, because I have been fighting for Mboma 2 seasons now. I don't give a damn what they say. You know,
her and the other teammate.
Thank you. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
When I saw her go down, it broke my heart, because I knew an actual person who was running, because they love to run, just got hurt. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. It ain't got nothing to do with the contracts. It ain't got nothing to do with the appearance fees. It's the fact that I'm just here because I love to run. And yes, I'm sorry that God gave me an extra yada yada, and I can do it real good. But I just like doing this. And coming from where I'm from, this is my freedom. This is what I get to do. You know what I'm saying? When she pulled up, bro, that broke my heart. Because for me, it's like I enjoy watching Mboma run. I enjoy her being that X factor. She comes in and she brings in that X factor to where it's like, you got to recognize who I am no matter what. Her get injured, and then when I put the video up of Shelly-Ann going to her in her room when she was laying down and consoling her, that alone helped lift me too, because I was like, you never want to see anybody get hurt. That's the main thing. Like, we're gonna talk our trash, all that stuff, but you never want to see an athlete get hurt. Outside of that, you don't want to see somebody that can help change the course of history get hurt. Because as long as Mboma's running, that changes everything now. Oh, you're gonna have to run fast. Yeah. So I hate that happened. I mean, prayers out to her, positive energy out to her. I hope her camp does the right thing. Don't rush her back. No. Let her fully heal. She's already qualified. Just let her sit down and let her come back. That's all I got to say about Mboma, about that and that injury.
And she's a baby, man. Like, people got to remember, she's a teenager, man. Like, she's a baby, you know. And you know, I hope those that train that young lady, you know, I hope they work on her technical aspect because a lot of that stuff could be prevented. I want everybody in the comments to understand this, right? People don't get hurt running fast. People get hurt by bad technique.
Thank you.
And so if she's technically sound, then she's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Then we won't have to see this again, but they cannot rush that young girl back. That young, like Ray said, that young girl jumping on that line, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody, dude. Like just go back and go watch the Olympics. How she just came from the dead and came back and snatched the medal.
Snatched it, like
right. You know what I'm saying? So as long as they clean her up and they can get her to a point where she could be more technically sound. Listen, man, if you watch Bolt from 2004, that's how he looked in 2008, two totally different people. They have to do the same thing for her. They got to get her body stronger. They have to get her into a better running position, and she's gonna be fine. But what they can't do is, and I've said this all the time, they cannot drive that Ferrari on the dirt road. Meaning they got to be very careful on how they put that young lady back on the track. They have to.
All right, well,
these folks in the comments is
let's go ahead and give them their 5 minutes of fame. Let's go ahead and attack these people in the comments. All right, now our full attention is over here on y'all. Go ahead with your questions and your comments from today's show and last week's show, because I know I've been looking over there. You've been anxiously trying to get at both of us. So go ahead. Here's your chance. We're in the comments. Let's go.
Okay, I'm looking at this. Somebody said Marie-José Pérez is the greatest 400-meter runner of all time. No, I mean, no one's going to argue that. But, I think her stint at the top was very short. Very short.
Extremely.
Yeah, I think her joint, because after 96, that was it. That was it. I mean, she won 95, and then after 96, that was it. Like, her stint at the top was very, very short. So I don't want to say that she's the greatest of all time. I think she had run one of the fastest times ever, but she's not the greatest. She's not the greatest 400-meter runner of all time. And honestly, that's a damn good argument. Like, who is the greatest 400-meter runner women of all time?
That's not an argument. That's Sha'Carri Richardson.
Something really? You got
that's fine. That's not an argument. There's a lot that goes into me saying that. That's a whole other show.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into it. But Sha'Carri Richardson is the greatest 400-meter runner of all time. I will do a whole show explaining that.
I'm gonna need you to do that one.
From a female perspective. Think about it.
I don't know.
Well, when it comes to me, I also throw fame into the pot.
Okay, but
I also throw fame into the pot.
But I'm talking strictly on the track. I don't know, man. She had more. She had
strictly on the track. If we go strictly on the track, I give it to you. If we going strictly track, but you can't go strictly track if we're talking about track and field in general.
Right.
That's like, you can't just say Steph Curry because he can shoot a three. No, Steph Curry can shoot a three. He can dribble, do everything else, and he's marketable. LeBron, I'm actually. Watch this. Who would you rather have, LeBron James or what's the name from Milwaukee, from the Bucks?
I'm gonna be biased. I'm going with Bron.
I'm gonna be biased too because I got all LeBron jerseys. But it's because of off the court. So that's why I say Sonya, because Sonya was a full package.
But I don't do the off the court. Dude, there's been plenty of athletes that was great off the field, and they're not considered the greatest. Sonya, if we're talking strictly track and field, Sonya has failed more than she's won.
If we're talking strictly track and field, yes. But Sha'Carri has proved we can't talk strictly track and field no more.
Okay, but we're talking athletically. We're not talking about who's the beauty queen of the high school.
Okay, well, athletically, then I won't say. I will not say it athletically. Then, if we're only talking athletically, I won't say it.
I mean,
if we're only talking athletically, I won't say it. But if we're talking everything in the pot, bro, you got to go with Sonya. You can't not.
You know, the reason why I'm not using Marita Koch because I don't want to upset the quote unquote purists. If you only knew what some of your heroes was doing, because we know, but we're not gonna say nothing. Okay. But if you really want to go there, Marita Koch is the greatest because she's won every title under the book. You know, she's won every title and dominated and got the record and was unbeatable. The only person I was able to beat her was the woman who has the 800-meter world record. And after she broke her record, she came back and Marita Koch came back and broke the record again in lane 2. You ever see the race? The woman went out 22:47. Okay, in lane 2. Now here's a good argument. Here's a good argument. And because I see some people saying things in the comment. Who's the number 2 greatest quarter miler on the men's side? Here's a tricky question.
That ain't tricky. What for damn?
Who?
What? How's that tricky?
Who's the behind Michael Johnson? Who would you put number 2?
See, it's just so. That's a loaded question.
Not loaded. I got the answer. I'm going.
It's a loaded question, but I'm gonna give you my answer.
Okay, what's your answer?
I put it on Twitter. You could easily name Baylor's track, the Clyde Warren, Michael Johnson, Jeremy Warner track, and nobody would care except for the name is long.
Okay.
Like
you want me to tell you who's the number 2 greatest quarter miler ever? Just strictly based on accomplishment?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? I'm gonna blow the chat up. The chat's gonna get crazy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Karani James. Listen.
I can't argue with you. I want to though.
The only man to medal in 3 consecutive
I want to argue with you. I want to argue with you because you're taking out the main thing I like to use, which is your personality and stuff. If you take all that out, you're right.
You know, so and you know me, I'm stirring. I'm gonna stir the pot. I'm gonna stir the pot on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody getting their feelings if you don't say blah 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 yada yada yada. This person, that person. I'm gonna stir the pot. The reason why I do because everyone reacts over emotion and nobody takes the time to research and look at accolades. People's talk. I'm looking in the chat. Some people talking about Quincy Watts. Quincy Watts had 1 year.
No, I love Quincy too. That's my
and I love Quincy too. Me too. He had 1 year. He had one magical year. That year was magical because back then you had to run 3 rounds of the NCAA, and he ran both rounds of the 4x4. And he ran faster he ran faster whether the relay or the individual quarter. He ran faster every round. Then you had to run 4 rounds at the trials. Then you had to run 4 rounds at the games. And he had a Golden League season. Back then, for all y'all who don't know, it was called the Golden League, not the Diamond League. He ran the Golden League season and he was dropping 43s like it was nothing. However, I'm talking longevity. Okay? Longevity. The only reason why I put Karani over Jeremy, and Jeremy's gonna kill me. My phone.
No, yeah, 100%. You know, Pookie watches show.
Right. Right. Karani got the medal that supersedes the world medal. Oh, by the way, he has a world championship medal too, and he did it. And Karani did it while training on an intramural field on grass. Back in Tuscaloosa. How do I know? Because I was one of the coaches on the Alabama staff.
Shout out to you. I remember you was there. Here's where I'm going to disagree with you at. Here's the only reason why I'm going to disagree with you. The impact on the sport. That's the only reason why. It's the only reason where and why I disagree. Because of the impact on the sport.
Okay, so outside of Michael Johnson, who else had an impact in the quarter?
Well, I mean... The Great White Hype. Jeremy was the first person that we've ever seen as a white person doing that.
Statewide. But guess
what? What do you
mean? Think about it for a second. You've been to Texas Relays. You've been to Texas Relays.
Not just statewide. Like, look what everything that Jeremy did. Like, period. Yes. Medal-wise. Gold. Yes. Like,
Jeremy was the poster boy of I Took It Personal. He told me the story when he had to smack Xavier Carter on the track. It's the funniest story I ever heard. And even his agent told me, like, dude, they was hyping Xavier. He said, all right, watch this. So I wasn't planning on running 43 anything. I was planning on getting my check and leaving. He said, screw that. I got to keep him in his place. He also told me the story about 2007 when Angelo and LaShawn were literally ganging up on him. Was literally getting, he said, oh, that's what y'all want to do? Okay, watch this. Y'all go on 20.7. He broke every rule that Clyde Hart told him not to do. He literally went out 20.8 and came off that curve and still had more to go. And had to let it be known. And Jeremy said, dude, I had to keep my composure because the camera was on me. But believe you me, when we got back, they heard it. And I told them what leg I'm running. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, shout out Jeremy. First of all, we were just together last Thursday. What's it? Yeah, 2 Thursdays ago we was at track meet together. Shout out Jeremy because I've been knowing Jeremy since he was at Baylor, literally. Yeah. The one thing I like to say is, I know a lot of these athletes personally because I've been around them my entire life. Well, entire track life. I know the athlete that Jeremy is. I know the athlete that Karani is. Jeremy Wariner has something that a lot of athletes today still don't have, which is, say what?
What's that?
Okay. All right. I see you this weekend. Like, that's why I say Jeremy, because he the type of athlete to where, well, I wouldn't go, like you just said. I was coming to get my money, but you talking shit. All right, I tell you what.
Yeah.
And he's the same athlete to where if you beat him, we ain't shaking hands. No, here go my glasses. I'm throwing them on the ground and I'm walking up the track. I'm gonna see you next track meet. And when I come back, you better catch these hands or these pizzas. So I say that I gotta get to Jeremy because it's well rounded.
Yeah.
He was likable.
Yeah.
He was watchable. And remember, watchable is the whole public can watch him. He was respectable, but behind closed doors and behind those sunglasses, he was a straight F-U. It's all about if you line up, you're going to get it. If you say something wrong, you're going to get it twice.
You're going to catch it. Yeah.
I got to give it to him for that. That's why I'm like, it's one thing to be a great athlete. It's another thing, and just like what they talk about on I Am the Athlete today. It's some shit that some of us is born with that you can't coach.
Nope.
And it ain't them. Yeah. Jeremy has that.
Yeah.
He was born with that you can't coach. And I'm talking about, I'm not being discriminate, but most of the time, black people get that. That boy had that same gene to where it's like, nah, bro, we can fight about it.
Yeah.
I'm not here for that. So that's why I say Jeremy.
Jeremy Wariner is the only Caucasian male that I know his nickname is Pookie.
Yeah, his nickname Pookie for a reason. For a reason. Like
Jeremy's the real Jeremy.
Shout out to my dog Pookie, man. That's why I be messing with my dude at the gym. I would call him the non-Jeremy Wariner. Like that's Jeremy, that's my boy, man. That's my boy. But we've been out here too long, so I got to address something I see in the comments now, and we'll get back to the comments. Sharika. Okay. I'm going to say this real fast. And some people might not like what I'm about to say. But it's okay as far as race take.
Here we go. Let me hear this one.
This is what I have to say. Noah Lyles ran 19.8 last weekend, right?
86.
But Area ran 19.4. Just Sharika ran this weekend. It's a 10.8 out there. She ran 11.0.
Yeah, she ran 11 flat.
There's nothing we can talk about, people. One thing we can talk about is how it's like, looked. I mean, like, I'm not trying to say it disrespectfully, but it's like we're at a day and age that is track and field is just like any other sport. Steph Curry gonna get talked about because he scored 56 points. The other athletes ain't gonna really get talked about because they scored 27 just because they got a ring last year. She got to do something more to get notarized and get talked about. Like, you ran 11.0? Okay, that's cute. But these girls been going under 11 all year long. And like LB talking about 11-0 into a negative 1.8. Okay, that's still cute. But somebody just ran 10-6. And you've got girls who don't ran, like Surgeons that ran 10-8. You got people like from Kentucky that ran 10-8 already. We can't talk about your 11-0. You behind. You want to get talked about and get noticed and be seen about?
I got you.
You want to make prime time talk? Mm-hmm. Get your ass in discussion to be talked about. Like we can't praise you for things that we already know. It's the same thing like we're kind of saying about Shelly-Ann. It's hard to praise you for shit that you should be able to do. Do something worth talking about. 11-0, that's cute, but at the same time, like I would have expected Sha'Carri to come out. And here's why I'm not being hard on her, but you ran indoor. The reason why they said you ran indoors because we all agreed you had no start. Mm-hmm. You ran indoor for that reason. You came outside, you still have no start. What is it to be excited about? What's there to be excited about? What's there to talk about? Because based on what I've seen inside, I expected you to come out and drop 10-8 out the gate. You coming out dropping the same thing you dropped last year. Like, okay, that ain't. And let's keep it 100. I went on record last year when she first came out saying this girl is a threat. I said in May last year they was going 1, 2, 3 when I first seen her come out. Okay, that's fine and dandy. You in year 2. Show me something different now. You gotta show me something different.
Let me attack something in this chat. Okay. Some of you, I can tell, don't really pay attention to track and field. The NCAA is the greatest minor league for track and field in the entire world.
These are facts.
What you're not going to do is question Jasmine Camacho Quinn and her talent. You better understand that this girl was able to run 55, 54 in the 400 hurdles. The girl was running 22 seconds in college, right? The girl ran 12.4 in college. There's nothing suspicious about it. She's with Gary Evans, and she has a specialized hurdle coach in that camp. What Gary did is what all great sprint coaches are supposed to do, because with the women's hurdles, you get them fast. There's nothing technical about the women's hurdles, per se. Mm-hmm. So what Jasmine Camacho Quinn is doing is what she has been doing for the duration of the time that she's been running. Now, one thing I will give her credit for, she got her weight in order. And she's come out and said that she had to get her weight in order. Okay. She had to make the transition from leaving Coach Flo, going to Gary Evans. She took a stab in the dark during the COVID year. All she did was sprint. Until they got her hurdle technique down to a science. What they did was they got her faster. That's why she could run 12.2. And the girl's like 5'9", which is optimal for a female hurdler. That's why she hurdles so well, because she don't have the same problems that Kenny and Christina Manning and all of them will have because of height. She has the perfect hurdle height. Her Shamika Nelvis is a coach's dream. So don't do that. Don't do it to the person in the comment. Don't do that. Don't tell me you're suspicious of her. Don't do that. There's nothing suspicious about her. Okay? There's nothing suspicious about it. Anybody could throw a pot of pasta to the wall and hope one of the noodles stick. Okay? It happens every day. That's life. I could say something all the time until finally you have a ha-ha. No. The girl has put in work. And when have you heard any of Gary Evans' kids? I'm sorry, not kids. When you ever heard of any of Gary Evans' athletes get popped? Remember, Gardner's in that camp too. So what you gonna say? That you're suspicious of Gardner? Y'all got
Gardner's running in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, he's gonna go out there and drop something crazy. He's just that good. Like honestly, like if he wins the world championships, I wouldn't be surprised. But
hold on, I'm going to cut you off because only Justin just said I don't think Kenny will medal.
You know, only Justin. Kenny runs in the hardest country to make a team, And the women's 100-meter hurdles is the hardest team to make in the United States. You got Tonia Marshall, you got Grace Starks, you got Nia Ali. Okay. She probably can make it. She's just gonna have to run. She has to run a mentally clean race. And as soon as she makes it, can she medal? Yeah, because her only competition is her former Kentucky teammate and Nia Ali.
Mm-hmm.
That's her only real. And I'm sorry, the US takes 4 women because Nia Ali's the defending world champ. So they take 4. So the only people that can legitimately knock her off the perch is her compatriots. But she could catch any of those girls. So listen, you never sleep on a world record holder. You can't. Because she could listen, once your body hit that time, it can do it again.
It can do it again. And once it go there, it can go back. It can go back now.
Right. It may not hit that number. Once you hit 12-2, she can hit 12-2 again.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. And so, I don't know about that one. Oh, and Jamaica got 2 hurdlers. That's pretty damn good. And the 2 hurdlers, Jamaica's 2 top hurdlers, they need Ali's training partners.
That's why I be shaking my head and be stressed so much. Because we be trying to, I'm talking to the comments now. We be trying to educate y'all. So you don't sound like stupids over there. We be trying to educate y'all. So before you go to talking about crazy stuff, you'll have the whole insight on it.
Yeah. Danielle Williams too. Danielle can do something. Danielle just has to stay healthy. Let me tell you something.
Which is the hardest part.
The love and the respect that I have for Coach Graham and everything that he's done, you would never hear me say anything negative about anyone that come out of his camp. Danielle, and she's an alumni of the school that I was currently working for. She's the queen. She's actually a collegiate Hall of Famer. Yes, you are absolutely right. Danielle can come in there. The main thing with Danielle just had to string a couple of years together where she can remain healthy, because she gets hurt. She gets hurt a lot. You know what I'm saying? But if she can remain healthy and Coach Graham can keep her healthy, because when she's healthy, she's dangerous, man. So real talk.
Hold on, I gotta attack a comment I saw.
I think you about to talk about this. I think you see the same thing I'm seeing.
Let me scroll back up. Ray, why you disrespect Perry? Like, I'm lost. Make it make sense. Same thing.
No, it wasn't Ray. It was me. I said that I said Perec is not the greatest 400-meter runner because she had a 2-year. She legitimately, I believe she had a 2-year run. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me. But I think she had a 2-year run, 95 and 96. You know what I'm saying? So after 97, that was it, man. Like I don't like you all have to tie in longevity. There's a reason why I don't call FloJo the greatest sprinter ever. So because she got the world record, she had one outstanding year. Now, she medaled in the 200 in the previous world championships, but she was a spectator to the winner. She had a panoramic view to the winner. Okay, so she won 92, 96. So what happened in 93? Did she win in 93?
I put that up there just because they had put that out there to you. Okay. Y'all can, you know what? That's what this whole show is for. If you feel that Perec is the greatest, I won't argue you down. My thing is, I'm looking at totality. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at totality. But no one's gonna argue. I won't argue down on Perec. I'll let you stand on that hill. And you know what? I'll walk up that hill with you. So good job. Come on, Rachel. I'm pointing that comment out right there.
And a predominant slow Jamaican track. You mean the same track?
Let me get it. Let me get it one time.
Take it.
See, here's the problem I have with y'all sometimes. Here's the problem I have with y'all fans. You say stuff like that. when it's in your favor. Okay. But when we say stuff like that, and we say it from an actual legitimate standpoint, talking about attitude, talking about blocks, talking about training, talking about jet lag, talking about Tokyo, you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it then. When we talk about going all day to Tokyo, well, you know the U.S. athlete just got here 3 days ago. Don't want to hear it, right? But then when it comes to like this, now you're more like, well, Ray, it's because, you know, she ran to a negative and if it had been in a, well, how about we do this? Even with her 11-0 running to a negative, it's still not good enough to be talked about. Why? 11-0
impressive.
Is impressive into a negative. Yeah. But if you give her that win, she's still at 10-8. There's college girls running 10-8. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. If you just left Tokyo, you got top 3. Who are your counterparts? One done jogged 10-8. Elaine, Mount Sac. One done opened up 10-6.
She did.
11 into a negative. You still ain't going. If you get a win, it's 10-8, 10-9. You running where the college kids running. And when you was running indoors, you got beat by an up-and-coming sprinter by the name of Mary Beth. So how am I going to praise you? Because based off of where you should be at, based off last year, you shouldn't even be in the conversation for people to have to say stuff like that, comment that's up right now. Well, it's because she, all right, well, ran 10-7 into a negative. Ran 10-8 into a negative. Don't run 11-0 into a negative. Abby Steiner went 20. Come on now. So I'm just saying, like, be fair. Don't go dropping comments like this. It's like, well, she did into this, she did into that. No. I don't want to hear it.
What do you mean she's not a 60-meter runner? Don't you have to go past 60 in order to get 100?
Boy, stop.
Like, come on, like, yo, y'all, some. You know what's funny? When I hear people say that, I keep my wits about me, and like, well, I'm not a 60-meter. What do you mean you're not a 60-meter runner? It's maximum. The 60 is the true test of maximum speed because there is no deceleration phase in the race. So you want to be a 60-meter runner, especially with listen, nobody trains for the 60. You train for the 100. You know why? Because in route to 100, you got to go past 60. Okay? There's certain things that you can do, but don't sit there and say, hey, she ain't a 60-meter runner. What?
Anthony Hammer says she ran 10.76 into a negative last year.
I can't remember which meet it was. I think she did. She did do something crazy, but that's last year. Last year's over. It's World Championship time, baby. It's World Championship time. You know,
as we try and tell these people every week, okay, in order for this to be a sports show, we have to stay relevant, okay? I know a lot of people in the comments like to use the word bias, okay? I wouldn't say bias. I would say relevant. It just so happened that the athletes that are relevant are the ones that people would think we're biased about. It's not bias. It's, again, what have you done for me lately? Now, I will say, we have our predictions. We have our boards. And we have our boards based off of what we expect people to be able to do if they are their 100% potential. We can't make no type of decisions based off of what we think or what we feel. It's, well, this is what they've shown. This is what they should be able to do. So being a professional, I got to go with this based off the numbers, not based off of my emotion or my feelings. Bias is based off feelings and emotions. That's it. None of us being biased. We're just being 100%. because I'm still bringing y'all comments. I'm bringing y'all comments y'all night. Y'all been going a little ham tonight. I will say that. Y'all been going a little ham over here in these comments, only based off of the fact that for once we had a show that didn't go the way that we thought it was gonna go. Nairobi was a complete flop. We are aware of that. Okay, we know what we said. We know what we thought. But guess what? If you've given me the numbers I've seen from Fred Kerley, you've given me Jacobs just won indoor worlds. You've given me Omanyala at home. If I don't sit here and say, y'all better go 9-6, then I'm really stupid or I'm not giving these people their credit. So y'all been going ham on us because we was wrong. We was wrong once, whatever. You know, but guess what? That's the beauty of having a sports show. Because we're here and coaches here and Track World News is here to come and give y'all our expertise side of what we think. We're not perfect at all whatsoever. Not even close to perfect. Did I think the world record should be broken in the... You're damn right. Why? Coach, you heard the school called UTEP, right? Back in the day.
Yeah.
What did everybody want to do? Run a UTEP. Why?
Right.
Because UTEP gonna give me my time. I know I'm fast. If you go to UTEP and don't run fast, we talking about you now. Why? Run you at altitude. You better run 10-0. You altitude. Going into Nairobi, everything lining up. Y'all better break the world record. Why? You got everything lined up for you. Randy Martino from UTEP ran one of the fastest time under any conditions at that track.
Yeah.
They should have did the same thing. They did not. We're not taking it out on them, but at the same time, me, nor coach, or nobody else, mainly me, ain't gonna sit here and be like, I was wrong. I'm gonna be like, no, they was wrong. Why was they wrong? Because you should have. Like, you should have went fast down there. You should have broke the world record. You should have. With everything lining up, there's no reason for you not to. So no, I'm not gonna sit here and feel like I made a bad decision. No, you should have. Everything was lined up for y'all. But you can't account for people not wanting to happen. That's all I gotta say about that. But because everybody still, I've been reading these comments all night long and they just been going ham like he ain't gonna admit that he was wrong. He ain't gonna admit to this and that. Man, I went wrong. They was wrong. They should have ran faster. What you talking about? Come on, man. Oh, that's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna let you get it for these last 3 minutes because we gotta get off here in 3 minutes.
Yeah. So to everyone, to everyone that supports what Ray is doing, man, understand something. If he didn't say what he was saying, y'all wouldn't flock to his platform.
Why for nothing?
Y'all wouldn't flock to the platform. You know what I'm saying? Ray knows what he's doing. And Ray has a very good concept of this sport. He's been on every level. He's made teams. He's been in those call rooms. He's been in those Monaco meets in the Diamond League, Golden League. I think he actually is one of the few athletes that remember the Golden League before it went over to the Diamond League.
I missed the Golden League.
Oh, you missed the Golden League. Okay.
I missed the Golden League. No, I'm saying I was in it. I missed it because Diamond League is bullshit.
Right.
Diamond League is bullshit.
Right. The Golden League is when people was getting paid. Not just Brussels and Zurich. Everybody was getting paid. Okay. So you got to understand that he's saying things because we know the formula. And if he's saying something, Ray got his inside scoop, I got inside scoop, and things of that nature. And so when Ray put this whole thing together and he kind of brainstormed, just like, yo, you know what, let's do a recap, whatever the case may be. This is what he's gonna do. It's like setting up a movie. That's why there's movie trailers. Oh, I want to go see this. Or the end of the Marvel Avengers. Everyone stay to the end because you want to see what's going to happen because they're going to give you a prelude to what's going to be the next installment to their franchise. That's what Ray does. But Ray also is talking from a place of knowledge. But if he tells you everything exactly is going to happen, would it be as exciting as it is? No. So understand something. He's going to give you the truth, but at the same time, He's gonna tell you how if he feels that someone's gonna run 9.5. Now, listen, I don't agree that anybody's gonna run 9.5. Like I said, the guy that's gonna run 9.5. Mama working at UPS, daddy probably still in high school. I don't know. I don't care. Bottom line is 9.58. That's the unicorn time, and I want. And me, I respect it. Okay. However, got to give the people what they want, and this week, and so he's gonna go to Puerto Rico. He's gonna see some.
Wait, I'm in Puerto Rico all week, Jack. I'm on the track tomorrow. Wait, not tomorrow. I'm at the practices. I'm everywhere.
Right. He's gonna go to Puerto Rico, and then he's gonna do, and then when he gets back, we'll do the week because he's gonna have first-hand vision. I know he probably be able to put the video up so we can analyze it on the.
You already know me about on top.
Right, and I'm still waiting for a special guest to show up, because he's supposed to have a special guest who's supposed to show up today, and I guess.
Well, actually, it's my fault.
All good. You can do it next week because I'm very interested.
I forgot. When I say I forgot, I literally forgot. When I say forgot, I literally forgot.
I should have reminded you.
You should have.
My bad.
I forgot.
I thought you was going.
But they was watching. I was. Okay. But it's cool. It's cool. All right, y'all. I'm gonna say it like this right here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thanks.
Without y'all, we wouldn't be here. Literally, we would not be here. Without y'all saying all of y'all crazy comments and stuff like that, we wouldn't have a show. The only reason why I'm able to come on every single week is because I say crazy shit, and sometimes it works, and I gotta come on and say I told you so, and sometimes it don't work, and I gotta come on and be like, oh shit, it didn't work. But either way it go, without y'all, there would be no show. So don't feel like when we be going ham on y'all and we be going at y'all in the comments, it's still, we enjoy the fact that y'all are a part of the show because, again, like I say a lot of crazy stuff. I promise you, all the shows I've done, that one little snippet I did when I was talking about 9.5, and then Coach is like, okay. Y'all don't understand. I watched that shit like 100 times that night because it's just the entertainment value of, okay, Ray, you talk a lot of shit and you talk a lot of crazy stuff. But just to have somebody to offset it, like, okay. So when he say 9.5 ain't happening, he strongly believes that. I disagree. I still say Fred gonna get it. I have my reasonings. I still say Fred gonna get the world record. I still say Trayvon is gonna get the world record. And I still say CC is. Because I've been saying them three can break it. I've been saying it. I said them three. I've been 2 years. I'm not gonna change my mind. I'm not.
I will go
them
this
three.
far. I will go this
them
far.
Three.
An American will not break the 100-meter world record.
Who what?
An American will not break the 100-meter world record.
The American not break the 100-meter world record.
The 100-meter world record will not belong to an American male sprinter for another 20 years.
Hell no, I disagree. The only reason why I disagree, I'm gonna show my Lebowski out hat. Only reason why I disagree is because at some point in time we have to realize that there's still money involved with this thing. So we can sit here and dibble dabble around all of it, but
you said it best, Ray. Those other countries figured something out that we haven't.
Well, that's called protect your athletes when they taking stuff that you don't supposed to be taking. But I didn't say that. I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm trying to go.
Ooh.
I didn't really say that.
Wow. Wow. So, like I said, I don't believe an American male will hold the world record at 100 meters for another 20 years. I believe the next person that will come close to it, I believe it will be a foreigner. I believe it will be somebody out of the Caribbean that will be the record holder of that prestigious event, or somebody. It's either going to be a Canadian, somebody from Caribbean, or it's going to be one of those Africans. It's going to be somebody from one of those African countries. It's going to be somebody from the African country. I think I really don't believe the reason why I don't believe an American athlete will break it.
I believe an American athlete will break it, but I don't think it'll matter. And what I mean by that is, I think they'll break it during the regular season and still won't win the championship. I'm going record and say it. Like, I believe they'll break it, but I don't think they'll. I believe an American athlete will break it in the same year and not win the gold medal at the World Championships.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm thinking the record's going to stand. It's going to stand a long test of time. Dog, 9-5. Okay, dude, listen. I'm gonna say it again, man. You was in the building.
Well, I'm gonna say this first. I'm gonna take back. I'm gonna retract my 9-5 because we can't go back to altitude no more. My 9-5 was gonna come from Nairobi, and since they took Nairobi away from me, I don't have a leg to stand on with that 9-5 argument anymore.
Listen to me. The 9-5 was so fast it looked slow.
Yeah, it did.
Right.
It did. That's how fast you run. When you run so fast, it's over with so fast, it looks slow. Yeah.
And I noticed because I was at the New York Diamond League in 2012, Radisha was there. And the 141, where he almost broke the original world record, it looked slow as hell and it was fast.
Mm-hmm.
It looked different. It looks different. Dude, 9.57. Okay. And I'm saying 9.5, that's what the world record would have to be.
57.
There is nobody living right now. And you can, and listen, I got all the respect for Trayvon. I got all the respect athletically for Christian. I got all the respect for all those guys that's going to line up on that line. None of them will come close to 9.58. The American record, can the American record go down? Absolutely. If I was the betting man, I would say Trayvon was the best one to break it. 969 is on. 969 has been put on. It's been put on notice. But other than that, 958, 958. Nah. The greatest 100-meter race that no one talks about was 2001 Edmonton, when Mo Green literally limped the last 40 meters and ran 981. And that
was the most remarkable race ever.
Right. He would have ran something stupid had he not got hurt, because he was just hitting on all cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Edmonton is in that time zone. So remember, all he had to do was fly up north. That's all he had to do. So he had to go through all this crazy travel. All he had to do was fly up north. And if Mo Green, if y'all don't go back and go watch that race, that was the dopest. When I say dope, I mean like five, like, you know.
Yeah, like, bro, you already know. Like, trust me, I know what you're saying.
That was the dopest race I've ever seen anyone put together. And the man got hurt and limped across the line. And Tim Montgomery, who's openly said it on another show, said, "Yo, man, I was already on my regiment." He said, "I couldn't even catch him." He said Mo was on a whole nother level, bro.
That's why he pulled up. Mo was about to do something stupid that day, and his body. Mo did the animatrix that day. Like Coach Hop, you know I was with Coach Hop. Coach Hop used to tell that story all the time. Like Mo ran out of his body in Edmonton. Like that's why he.
Yeah. Like if we had to rank some of the greatest 100-meter runs we've ever seen, okay, Mo's 2001 World Championship run is number 2 behind Bolt's 9. You know what? It's behind Bolt's 2008 Beijing run. Because the Beijing run was that was just ridiculous. The man did the Macarena of 30 meters out, okay, and still broke the world record. Okay, that was the most impressive. That was the most impressive run. And I'm telling you right now, I know for a fact Mo Green would have been the first man to run under 970.
Yeah, that day he would have. That day he would have. If he hadn't got hurt, he would have.
That injury,
he definitely would have.
That injury flew over into 2002 and then rolled over to 2003. So it took years off of his body. You know what I'm saying? So when you do what he did, he's different, man. So so y'all gotta go back. Y'all gotta go back and go watch that race. So that 100 meters right there, he would have been the standard, because Mo was the standard, but nobody's nobody right now living. Because
hold on, keep talking to the people right back. I got Pete.
Yeah, you know how I know nobody living can break the world record? Because they don't have Mo's drive. Mo's drive was different. See, a lot of today's athletes got everything handed to them. Literally, Mo jumped in his car after he didn't make the 1916. He got knocked out in the semifinals down in Atlanta. The man jumped in his car with nothing in his, with a couple of dollars in his pocket and his clothes in the back of his car, raggedy car, and said, "Listen, I'm training with you, John Smith." He jumped and drove across country, went to LA, and the rest was history. Dude, I was at Mo's coming out party. The first time I saw Mo Green run like in person was the 97 Modesto invite. I was in junior college at the time. And I said, dude, this guy's different. That's when Otto Bowden was the favorite to win the world championship. And Otto Bowden literally jogged 988 at a Modesto track that is notoriously known to be slow. That straight was different though. I guess it was just the energy on that line. You know what I'm saying? So to run 958, he's either 4 years old or his mama and daddy ain't conceived him yet. Period. Sorry, it's not happening. It's not happening no time soon. We're gonna be alive. We're gonna probably be in our 70s by the time it happened. But no one's running.
I say it like this before we get off here.
Yeah.
I still have those three breaking it. What I look at is, I don't actually look at what they've done. I look at what they could possibly become and what they could possibly do. The three people I keep saying have the attributes. And even you said it earlier that Fred, when you saw, he was like, his front side mechanics is horrible. Okay, so if he fixed that, what happens? We've said with Christian, man, he falls apart at 60 meters, but he's right now 7. He fixed that, what happens? We've said, oh man, Trayvon can't really perform when we've given all of these people reasons why they can't.
Right.
But they still close to it.
Right.
So that's why I keep saying you can. Until you give me everything right, I can't say you can't. I could take somebody like no disrespect, like a Noah. You would never break the world record in the 100-meter dash. Why? I've seen you run flawless races where it's not much you can fix. Your flawless race, you ran down Christian Coleman and beat him.
Right.
That was flawless. And you got 9.8. You can't go much faster than that. But when I can see 9.7s, 9.8s, and just from my training, I like, bro, you messed up about 10 different things. I gotta say, well, if you fix that, I gotta put it in practice. You can break it. I gotta put it in practice. And the only reason why, before we sign off this thing, the reason why I keep saying Fred is because the only reason, I don't give a damn nobody say, scientifically, the only reason why Usain Bolt was able to run 9.5 was, yes, because of his height. His foot can come up higher. He's going to put down more force than anybody, so he's going to get more force back. Fred has that same ability. He just don't know how to use it like Bolt did. That's just like if you got two boxers. They both got a 72-inch reach, but one boxer knows how to use his jab and one don't. That 72-inch reach don't mean nothing no more. It don't. Fred has the body of it. That's why I say Fred. Trayvon has the speed for it. That's why I say Trayvon. Christian Coleman has the 60 for it. That's why I say Christian Coleman. But I'm not going to sit here and say at any given day, do I feel like these boys, them three cannot wake up and break it? Yes. I don't know when it's going to happen or who's going to do it. But there's a lot of stuff that those three people can fix and get to the right track with the right conditions, and that shit coming down. Because again, Bolt's 9.5. He ran 9.5 because he didn't make no mistakes. Go watch that race and find what Boat made mistakes in. His start, perfect. His acceleration, perfect. His hands, perfect. His pull away, perfect. That's 9.5. If Boat had not had that same start, we're not talking this conversation no more. Now we talking 9.6. But that's what I'm saying. If they hit everything the same, 9.5 came because it was perfect. The track might not have been right, but his race pattern was perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
If you had said, false start, bring it back, he's not going 9.5 now. Now he's going like 9.6, 61, 62.
His three fastest times. You know what was the worst? His worst run? The 9.63 in 2012.
The 9.63?
That was his worst run.
That's his worst one. The 9.63 was his worst run.
Was his worst run. And for all y'all that saying Asafa Powell had the greatest race,
no, he had the most clear race in Zurich.
The reason why I don't say Asafa Powell because Asafa Powell never did that in a championship final.
Come on, Jack.
Got to do it in a championship final. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back and watch what Mo Green did in 2001 in a championship final. Okay? Mo Green, no matter how many titles he had, Mo Green always walked in as the underdog. Because Mo Green know what was waiting for him back in Kansas City, Kansas. Ray know what it was because Ray was out there. That's why Mo was different. Both know what was waiting back for him at that Trelawney. That's why he's different. Them dudes is different, man. Richard Thompson, all these guys was different. Richard Thompson ran the race of his life. That race was better than any race he ran that whole entire year. They know what's waiting for them. Christian Coleman, dude, he lives in the best part of Atlanta. Good.
Not worried. I just saw his brother yesterday.
Right, he's not worried. Not worried.
Your brother owed me a turkey leg, but that's another story.
And I know because we almost been on here for 3 hours. So here's the deal: the difference between Mo, Boat, and all these guys, and Gatlin, all these guys, they were hungry. They always, no matter what they won, they never felt that they was the champion. They always felt that they had to defend. You know, I mean, not defend. They had to find that they had to go win, not defend. You never heard. How many times you heard Maurice Green say I was the defending champion? I've never heard Mo. I never heard Mo say that in any interview. Mo coined the phrase "train like," even if you're number one, train like you're number two.
Train like you're number two.
He coined the phrase, and in order for those guys to do what they're supposed to do, stop worrying about flexing with Lamborghini trucks and all that stuff, dog. I seen many. Listen, and then here's another tidbit because I know a lot of pro athletes watch this. Okay, I need y'all to understand something. Okay, track money is not like NFL money. Stop.
Hold on, somebody texted me and said my hat was sexy. Hold on, you keep going though.
So all right, stop flexing for things that y'all know not gonna have to sell 2 years after your career's over. Stop it. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be, y'all all gotta understand, man, that world records are hard to come by. And these guys,
I want to see it broke, man.
Listen, I don't think the 100-meter record is gonna get touched. I think the threat of the 400-meter world record has 2 more years to be absolutely threatened. If it doesn't get broke within the next 2 years, that record's going to be there for a minute. The only one that can break that record, there's only one guy that can break that record. One. His name is, and he's out there in Southern California right now. He's the only one. The problem is he has this down, he don't have this up. That's based on what I'm seeing. That's my, no shade, brother. I don't want you.
I know.
I don't want y'all tweeting me tomorrow. Oh, you hating? No, I'm not hating on you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Got to lock in. If you want to run the 100, then just say you want to run the 100. You have the capabilities of being great in all 3 events. But take that 400-meter world record back to the United States, bro. You can run 43.01. You can do it. You can run 43 flat. Lock in. That's your joint, man. Do it. And with CJ there, bro, somebody in trouble come Eugene, bro. Somebody in trouble. So
well, we are. What are we? May, June. We about 6 to 8 weeks out from the first Oregon, and then about another 12 out from the real Oregon. But it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting. I think that it's weird, man. It's weird. I'm gonna get off this thing because we had 3 hours now. I appreciate everybody that's still here, but because we can keep going. Since I'm going to Puerto Rico, we can show no keep going.
Right.
It's weird, man, because it's like we can go on this shit all night long, but I'm just feeling like now I think it's time for that thing to come down. Because what's left based off of everything? Come on, bro. And the only reason why I say come on is like, who would have ever thought Edwin Moses' record would have been?
Not Edwin Moses. You talking about Kevin Young.
I mean, yeah, Kevin Young. I'm sorry. Who would have ever? No, I'm like Edwin Moses, not Kevin Young. Edwin Moses. Who would have ever thought that record was going to be?
What, 4702?
Come on, man.
Okay, so 4702, and then here comes 47. Here comes 46. 76.
Okay, now hold on. Go back 3 years ago and ask yourself, who gonna break that 4702?
Honestly, let me be real with you.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think it was gonna be the Vikings. We
didn't think it was gonna be anybody. You couldn't even put a name and say this person.
No,
you couldn't even put a name.
Yeah, yes, we did. Yes, we did. Dude, we all knew Rob Benjamin was the one. We
knew he was the one, but not the one to break that. Not 3 years ago to break Edwin Moses' record. No, we knew he was the one.
No,
but
not
to break the record,
not Edwin Moses' record. Kevin Young had the record.
Kevin Young.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we did not think that he was going to touch that record.
I did. Because I watched that Pac-12 meet, dude. When he was impressed, he was doing things down the backstretch that said, "Oh my God, he can legitimately break this world record." And I didn't catch it till my boy Charles Ryan showed me and said, "Yo, they can break this. He can break this record." And he broke down the science of it. And I'm telling you, look, the world record will be.
Hold on now. You gonna sit here and say that? See, this is what I would like about y'all. You gonna sit here and say, you break down the science of it. But when I sit here and say, I broke down the science of how Fred can break the world record, it's
but
science don't even matter no more when I say it now.
But right. But we know that Fred has technical flaws. We know Fred got technical flaws. Okay. I want Fred to break the world. I want him. I don't know, man. I think he owned Michael Norman, bro. Like he owned.
Yeah, he got his card.
Yeah, he owned Michael Norman, bro. I don't know what is about.
He got his card.
When them two link up at a major meet, man, Fred just be wearing him out. But anyway, we all knew that he was the one. Then when he broke the collegiate record, he ran 47-0 at the NCAA championships.
Mm-hmm.
We knew he was the one. And also remember, Darrell Smith was his original coach when he was at UCLA. And when Darrell left UCLA, that's when he transferred to USC. Darrell Smith is whose nephew? John Smith, who coached the world record holder, Kevin Young.
He did.
And when Darrell told me that, yo, Rod's gonna break this record at some point, we just didn't think he was gonna lose.
I did not think that he was going. Sheesh.
So, hey, but Ray, I'm gonna let you get to bed. You gotta do what you need to do, man.
Man, I gotta pack.
Yeah,
still get to bed. I gotta get out this thing and pack. I ain't packed nothing. I say I ain't packed nothing. I ain't packed nothing. Like I gotta. My flight leave at like 10 something tomorrow, so I gotta be at the airport at 9. But I'm usually up early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you know this. This hurt me like me. Shit, I'm used to this. I'll be up all night long so I can sleep on a plane.
Hey, motion sickness, because clearly you want our attention. We're gonna give it to you.
What she say?
Okay, motion sickness. Listen to me. Warholm beat Rod because Rod ran Warholm's race. If Rod
Rod really did run Warholm's race.
He ran Warholm's race. Now, had Rod ran from hurdles 2 to 7. Ra has the capabilities of 12-stepping from 2 to 7. Had he did that, the Viking would have been in a clear. He would have been fighting DeSantos for the silver medal.
Thank you.
He'd been fighting DeSantos for the silver medal. I'm not telling you
Rod ran his race and sat on him and expected to come off that 120 and kick and go past him, not understanding that the Viking has a Viking heart. It's no longer about skill now. It's literally, I am from another planet. I know where you're at. You're not going to catch me.
The Viking is suicidal, homicidal. And if you're going to take him down, you're going to have to kill him, literally. And his body's still going to slump over the line. Okay? That's how good he is. You cannot run the Vikings race. If you try to run the Vikings race, you're going to get killed. Rob Benjamin has to, and I hate talking about other people's athletes, and I don't want to do that. So I'm saying this out of respect for Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes has to teach him how to be comfortable 12-stepping from hurdles 2 to 7. If he hurdles from 2 to 7 with his flat 19-point speed, it's 44.3 speed, and it's 10.03 speed.
Can't be afraid to go out there and run. Can't be afraid to go out there and run. Cannot be afraid to go out there and attack him and feel that pain. All right, y'all, we got to go.
Right.
2 hours and 55 minutes, and we can keep going. And I appreciate the fact that the reason why we can keep going is because y'all still talking in these damn comments. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Do something. It's 11 o'clock in America. So wherever you at, it's probably late. Even if you're in California, it's 9 o'clock. We appreciate y'all. I truly love y'all. I swear I do. Because if it wasn't for y'all, we sure wouldn't be on here for 3 hours at all whatsoever, because we keep glancing over here.
I love the fans who don't know the science of track and field.
Oh man, they make it the best. They the ones that give us a job. Motion sickness say it's 5 a.m. If you don't take your ass to sleep,
wait, where you located?
Hey man, you ready to stay worldwide, baby. The family stretch, man. We everywhere. We everywhere. 5 a.m. Let me see if I can guess. That's 6 hours ahead. So you somewhere in the 6-hour time zone. You're not gonna be
Europe. They in what, Germany?
Damn. Yeah, where you at? Yeah, 5 hours ahead, 6 hours ahead. Yeah, you over there. Go to sleep, man. We love the fact that you up so early or so late with us, and that means a lot. Oh, you're in London. Yeah.
Nah, motion. I'm not hating on you because you got.
Hey, motion sickness. Shout out to motion sickness, man. Motion sickness been here since day one.
I give you credit. I give you credit, man. I give you credit. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for the correction, but it's never hating over here, baby. Never hating. Never hating. Nah. You corrected me, and that's what y'all supposed to do. So appreciate that. I personally feel that, you know, Marie DeKoch is the GOAT. You know, all the speculations aside, that's it. But I appreciate you, though, man. I appreciate y'all.
I disagree, but on to another show.
Go pack, man.
I'm about to go pack. I'm gonna try and get me a little power nap so I can get on this flight.
Right.
Keep y'all entertained and informed. Hey, so I'm gonna give y'all the rundown. So tomorrow is when most of the athletes will be arriving in Puerto Rico. I've talked to most everybody that's there. So I get there tomorrow night at like 8 or whatever. So I'll do the best I can to give y'all like an update tomorrow. Right now my itinerary is definitely, so I'm at the track on Wednesday to watch Elaine work out, watch pretty much everybody work out. So of course I will report back to y'all from there and the things that I see and give y'all my predictions on what's going to happen. And then after the race on Thursday, if coach is willing, I'll have him back on. Because I'm sure that all the results will be up. And then I can report from Puerto Rico and the things that I see, and then we can go from there. But yes, I'm going to make sure I give you guys a show every day that I'm there in Puerto Rico because I have nothing else to do. So, and I must say this. It is truly because of y'all that I'm going to Puerto Rico. I'm not even kidding. When I say it's truly because of y'all, I'm not even kidding. For a couple of reasons. One, it gives me a reason to want to go places to actually talk to y'all. And for two, because, you know, Paul was like, hey, man, I like what you're doing, you know. And so I just went on and like, hey, man, man, back on Puerto Rico, he was like, oh, come on, I got your passes, VIP, what you want? Get on the track, right? I'm on the plane, baby. I'm on the plane, Jack. I said, Paul, look here, man. Look here, Paul. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hurt. I don't run track no more. I ain't trying to do no shade, but hey, look at Paul. I can buy my own ticket, baby. You know what I'm saying? I can get my own. You know what I'm saying? Well, can I get some type of like a Fred? I got the VIP pass. I see you on Tuesday, Jack. I'm on the plane. Damn it.
Safe travels, man.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. As always, man. I really do look forward to these Mondays. These past Monday wrap-ups we've done have kind of outshadowed Ray's Take. If you notice, I don't really go on during the week because it don't feel the same now. It's like if I go on, it's like, oh, they ain't not gonna watch that shit.
No, man, this whole thing is your baby. Man. So
hey,
do what you're doing. Keep giving the people what they want, man.
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate all y'all, and hopefully, if we keep working the way that we working, people will continue to acknowledge it, and they'll continue to ask for us because, like, people actually have asked for us to come back. Right. And I hope that we can keep doing this to where, you know, a major network of some type may get the same idea. Like, hey, man, I like what you guys are doing, and I want y'all to do this at the track meets on ESPN coming in Nashville on June 11th. But anyway, I just dropped the bomb that nobody caught. Yeah, I love you guys. Bro, as soon as I get there, I'm going to let you know what's going on in that thing, and then we'll get the people another show. Mark, we are signing off now. Goodness gracious, I can't believe I finally did a show for 3 hours. I didn't think it would ever happen. It happened. I gotta go rewatch this shit myself, see what the hell we talked about for 3 hours. Shit. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Love you. Hey, we love y'all. Hey, y'all be safe. And as always, like Jared say, take care of each other. And most importantly, take care of yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody.
Right. Love you. Hug and kiss your loved ones, man.
And know that track and field is entertainment, people. Damn.